You know what? I really hope that Ferrari pulls their shit together, but I don't think they will because they suck! And they can't build a car because frickin' Italian Where's Waldo's leading the team.
And then I win, and then I lose. But I always win in the end.
Starting out low, it's always been a fantasy of mine to be a sex slave for two bears. One male, one female. Oh, you've never heard of bear fantasy? Bear fantasy? You've never heard of bear fantasy?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Camcast. Episode 254 by my count, but I could be very wrong because
254.
I've stopped counting in the past.
Heyo.
Hey.
This is 254 up there, so I'm going to say you're right.
Hot damn.
Heyo.
We're off to a strong start.
Yeah,
Yes.
254.
Yeah, 254 of these.
Just
Imagine-
think
You could
about
put a
how many
mission statement?
hours of
Gavin put the mission
conversation.
statement.
Like randomly?
It's like
No.
2,000 hours.
And
Yeah,
think
no,
about all the confessions that have been there.
Oh, jeez.
There's... don't worry, I'm planning on just getting some people on here who just want the smoke, and it's going to be great.
Yes.
Once we get Barnes down here,
Oh, yeah.
God.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I might be absent that day intentionally.
Somebody's going to come down here and fight me because I brought Barnes on the podcast.
It might be me.
I don't know who Barnes is.
I don't like Barnes. He fucking hates me, that's why.
Maybe I do, but I don't remember.
Anyway,
Anyways.
I don't hate Zach, and I'm Mike, dear leader, dog taste, leader of men, herder of cats,
Meow.
maker of chicken.
I was
Yum, yum, yum.
There you go. What were you expecting, Zach?
nothing. I expect nothing from anyone now.
Well, he expects nothing from anyone. It is the
That's
chairman of
a
the
good one.
boards,
Wait,
good
aim
Colonel
low.
Eddie Dean himself,
Aim low.
Zach Lords.
Hey, yo.
The Colonel.
There it is. Good Colonel Eddie Dean.
Eddie Dean.
We'll laminate that business
We
card
really
pretty
need
soon.
to, 'cause I want this memento from this tremendous time of my life.
When this all finally falls apart, when the wheels fall off.
Oh, I thought that happened in episode 112.
Oh.
Was that my first episode?
I don't know. I
No.
just made it
I
up.
think that was like one.
That's probably the last time I was here. Was
Actually,
episode
no, probably 112 or probably 120 wasn't too far from my first.
I don't know. If anybody out there knows when the hell Zach showed up, feel free
Hold
to
on.
let us know.
I can give you a date.
Okay, you do that. I'm gonna keep.
I'll interject you in about 15 minutes when I know.
Cool, thanks.
Okay.
Making his triumphant return, returning champion, longtime friend of the podcast, former actual member of this podcast, until he decided to abandon us,
Oh, that's me.
Brandon Christiansen.
Look at her. Hey,
Yes.
you're a former pizza dad now, Uncle
I miss-
Touchy.
Yeah,
Because
the,
I don't come enough. come
pizza
around here
bi-monthly
enough.
mandated court visitation.
Yep.
There it is.
Uncle Touchy's
Stepdad?
favorite
Stepdad?
windowless
Is that
window. Windowless van.
No, he's
Is that you, stepdad?
It's good to be back. I love you guys.
he's fought for enough visitation that he has it, but not enough where it's like a weekend thing.
Yeah.
It's like once every couple of months he'll show
Yeah,
up.
and it's monitored, or what's
Yeah.
that called?
Oh, yeah.
We text enough. I think that counts as like a day
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, my late night texts always wake you up too.
Man.
Sorry about that. Good to be back. I love you guys.
Well, welcome back. And we do have a...
Oh.
What?
I'm close.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez. All right.
Well, we do have a couple of other returning champions.
Yes.
You can currently see the back of his head. We may have him do a dramatic reading here later on.
Don't worry, this is the best view you're going to get of me.
Oh,
Yes.
Do a dramatic squirrel. No, you guys remember that YouTube?
Yeah, we do. We do. That was...
So you want to hear a good George Carlin joke?
Maybe.
Do you know why a farmer fucks a sheep at the edge of a cliff?
No.
Because it pushes back.
Oh, jeez.
It is Michael Pumpkyn Neilson.
Wow.
Wow. What an intro for what a man.
He has blown my mind twice in the last 5
Yes.
minutes.
Don't worry, other things will blow soon.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So you don't name these really well.
No, I don't do
So
that really
I don't
well.
know which episode it is.
It's okay.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Oh.
and adding an air of legitimacy to what is going to be a very big F1 conversation.
Ooh.
Returning champion, race car driver, coach, man about town, noted bon vivant. It is James Burke.
What is happening, guys?
Yes.
A resident professional race car driver in residence.
Yes. That's...
I'm going to apologize for everything that I say and do on this podcast.
Too late.
This is not who I am.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
This is 100% who you are.
Just own it, Zach. All right, Zach, now we got to do the thing where we have to work in unison.
Uh-oh.
Despite...
Let's do this. Let's do this. I
All
can't
right.
see the screen, but let's do it.
Oh, God, stop staring at me. You're getting way too close. Follow our cheeky shenanigans on all the social medias. It's at Cam Automag on all of them.
That one.
Facebook, Instagram. I know, I really got to do that.
Yeah. You keep like, I'm ready to go, and it just doesn't even make it to me.
And then a turd in the punch bowl, our
Hey.
social medias. At Cam Automag on everything. We're out there. We're having fun. You can listen to us have fun on all of the podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play. Like, rate, review, subscribe.
Oh,
Run a
my house.
U-Haul.
Please stop dancing.
Oh, don't worry, it's gonna get so much worse.
Have you listened recently?
If I see a dab, I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
Bam!
Oh, it's happening. Oh, stop it.
Come at me.
Stop it.
And
What
they
is this?
can't even see it because I'm off screen.
Is this Need for Speed Heat? What is this?
Oh man.
Great game, by the way.
If you're seeing these cheeky shenanigans, that means you're supporting us on Patreon, which thank you, we appreciate it.
Yay.
Head over to patreon.com/camautomag and support us for any dollar amount. We'd appreciate it, but $5 is the magic number. $5 gets you into the Cam Super Secret Shenanigans shitposting Facebook group, where we do nothing but, I mean, it's like Motoring United, except far, far worse.
Yeah.
With far less people. You also get to see this live stream every week, instead of just the once-a-month public stream. So there's that. We have bonus content, and occasionally I send you random gifts. Nothing weird or creepy, but maybe a lock of my hair.
Whoa.
Can't do this
Which
next
is
one.
neither weird or creepy.
Exactly.
Where's the hair
Wait.
from?
Is it beard hair or is it like head hair?
That's-
It's
Well,
more
that's for you to
beard.
find out.
That's a choose-your-own-adventure type of thing right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, Zach.
Where'd you get that dripping swag you got on your hat right there?
God.
Broke you. Dude, it is. Oh,
You're just falling apart right now.
I really can't even.
Dripping swag? Is that what you said?
It's
Is that supposed to be a segue?
I
there?
want you to respect the drip, and you are not respecting the drip right now.
Hey, I'll see you at the fucking bop, okay? Let's fucking go, dude.
God damn. You can get this
Flagpole,
fine.
3 o'clock.
There is no...
I can't get out of work to come fight you.
Yeah, and there's no flagpole within like a 20-mile radius. But okay.
Harmon's flagpole.
Harmon's, the park over there. They got a
School
couple.
across the street.
Yeah.
I mean,
Union Middle School, 3 o'clock. Let's go.
There we go. Perfect. Anyway,
Where did you get that sexy ass swag you got wearing on your noggin?
CamAutoSwag.com is where you go to get the swag, to get the drip, to get all the things. It is where you get your official Cam merchandise. I should probably start this timer.
Probably.
Yeah, your official Cam merchandise: hats, T-shirts, phone cases, the often spoken about but never bought tote bag.
Ayo.
I should buy one.
You really should. Offer still stands. First 5 people who get the I Sign the Waiver shirt or hoodie go up to Wing Coop and take a selfie of them in front of the Pepsi machine with the Cam sticker on it.
Nice.
We'll buy you a dozen wings.
True story.
Yes.
I would literally personally do that. Amazing.
Wow. You're just... I don't know why you're trying.
Some pretty good
I mean,
I'm
swag
trying,
right
James.
there. I'm
Yeah, we've
looking
got
at
a lot
that.
of this stuff.
It's dripping swag.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
It's for all those hot boys out there.
Exactly.
Is that a Spotify? store?
Shopify, yeah.
Shopify. That's
Yep.
what I meant. Nice.
Yeah, we got. I mean, the beanie, the hoodie you always see me wear out
I
at
have
the
a
track,
flat-brimmed hat.
the hat, yeah, all that stuff. CamAutoSwag.com.
So how's our boy Tommy doing?
He's doing all right. I haven't heard from him in a minute, but I'm
I
assuming
miss
he's still
Tommy.
doing-
I love
We
Tommy.
all miss Tommy.
What's he driving? Does he still have the Lexus hybrid, or did he?
I have no idea.
I mean, he lives in L.A., so he pretty much has to have that.
He's got to.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
I'm
that-
never going to live in LA unless I have a helicopter.
Oh, too soon.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I was going for.
Oh, okay.
Well, somebody was going to smell like beer in this basement eventually. Zach,
Right.
it's your favorite read. Take
No.
it, buddy.
yes.
What?
No, I know what you mean.
Steady
though.
broke read.
Yeah, that's
It's
the only way to get
traffic.
around.
I don't-
Yeah.
I don't want
Say
to.
broke read?
3 hours in
Yeah.
a car one way.
Yeah,
No,
we do.
Thank you.
I'm sorry to everybody. Do you know what you guys need?
What?
Some steady broke in your life.
Uh-oh.
Because you guys all need that dripping in all that hot boy swag.
Oh, I love that hot boy drip swag.
Wow.
Is that written on the desk?
He was so proud of himself, he wrote it
I
down.
wrote it down like a weird, like a fever dream frenzy.
that needs to be Sharpie next time when I come back.
Oh, no, it's...
We're gonna carve it into the table with the
For
felt
real.
on it. But he has all of that hot boy swag. Even hurts me too now.
Man.
He's got.
Put the thing up so people don't have to see you painfully try to get through this.
They have the Presso tee that can get washed like a billion times and still looks good.
Mhm.
They have the Broke AF shirt, and we can give you guys a discount because we know you're all broke out there being hot boys. So go and drop down the Cam Auto 15 in the coupon code, and you'll get all of those discounts.
15% off your entire order. You should probably tell them what kind of discount
Yeah.
they're getting.
Don't make it a
It's like a
mystery.
random discount. Good luck.
It's randomized.
You get 2.7%.
15% off. We're charging you an extra 30. Take it.
Or leave it.
So there we go. SteadyBroke.com, steady.broke on all the social medias.
Yeah.
Okay. We did it.
Check.
We did all the housekeeping that we needed to off the top.
Fantastic.
God in heaven.
I'm happy to help. Sometimes.
Oh, you're daddy's little helper, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Just
Pumpkin chew.
yeah.
Of course, pumpkin chew. I've learned so much
I
about
can't
you.
see you right now.
I've learned so much about you in the last
Oh,
10
yeah.
minutes. It's
Oh, yeah.
amazing. It's
So I just sit
amazing.
like this from now on. Oh, I can see all of you guys like this.
There you
This
go.
man spread over here.
Just lean back, son.
I don't know if I like that.
Man, just
It's too casual.
I'm gonna stare you
This
down.
is a professional podcast. Anyways,
yes, it's totally professional.
Oh yeah,
Speaking of-
Brandon. Whew.
God. All right, well, Dad, what have you been up to since we last
Oh,
saw you
geez.
low those many months ago?
I have aged horribly.
Did you bring us-
That's for sure. I've got
Smokes?
more gray hairs than. Oh yeah, I was out to get a pack of cigs out in I was in Wuhan, China to get those
Oh God,
cigs.
go away.
Oh God.
Got something else, I guess.
Why
I don't
are you
know.
here?
It's weird.
Why are you sweating a lot?
I took a cruise ship back home. I had to stay on it for a couple days. Too soon? Anyways, just kidding. We're all
Not
gonna
soon
get
enough.
it. Who cares?
Ah.
No, yeah, just living, life, doing the thing with the things and the stuff. Buying crap for a Passat. I'm modifying a Passat.
Oh,
Who does that? I do.
Crazy old men like you.
Yeah, I do. I'm doing it.
so can I have a thing to catch up with?
First off, I just want to put Brandon on blast. You need to add AJ on PSN.
Oh, yeah, I do. Sorry,
yeah,
AJ.
he's
Sorry.
calling you out right now.
Why won't you add me on PSN, Brandon? What the fuck? I want to play with you in Heat. Oh, yeah. I do love Heat.
Yeah.
I was on it last night, actually. Okay, I'll add you when I get home, AJ. Sorry.
Here we go.
I'm so sorry. I'll add you.
Yeah, as soon as we're done here, I'm firing up my PS4 because the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo came out.
Oh,
I
did
need-
it?
I need to get that. Anyway,
Get that Hot Boy demo. Is that how it goes? Zach, did I do it
You're-
right?
You're
I mean,
doing better than you did with the Yeet. You're doing better
Oh,
than
I missed the. Where are the buttons? The buttons are gone.
I haven't been going
keeps-
home.
Oh.
he keeps forgetting his laptop, and the laptop makes the soundboard work.
Oh, I see.
So,
And I normally come directly from my shop here, so I don't have time.
I mean,
So I guess I could have time.
I mean, if you want a giant like fidget toy, we can make that happen. It's just sitting right here.
I love the delay.
Yeah.
I'm watching the delay right now. It's
Yeah,
kind of funny,
like-
going
so
back
like
and
10
forth.
If you just
second.
want to like
Can I just hold that just for? I won't drop it. I promise.
cradle it, don't promise me. It's Zach's.
Oh, I will drop it. I
Dude,
promise.
it's just like an old mixing.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is where our sound effects used to be.
Yeah.
Well,
No, there's
you
still
push
are.
this and be like yeet 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 yeet.
Hold on.
It actually sounds just like it.
Yeet, yeet, yeet,
Oh, there it is.
yeet, yeet.
Oh yeah, it was you. Anyways.
Yeah, it was Zach saying yeet. It was Dave on a phone
Hello.
recording saying
Hello.
hello.
And then what's his face? Khalid. You played yourself.
Yeah, there was.
There's some good ones in there. We need to remake that.
We
then
need to revamp the soundboard.
Jeremy Clarkson. Jag. That was
Yes.
If anyone wants to like
Good news.
Venmo me $15, which will go to Mike, by the way,
Yeah.
you can create a whole new soundboard.
Yeah, there we go. That'll be a new special tier.
No.
So I went and looked at a card this week.
Why?
What'd you look at?
You are going to hate me so much.
What? 9/11.
Oh God, no.
Oh, good.
I went to the bottom of the European barrel.
If you say Volkswagen, I'm gonna punch you in the throat because that's all I own.
Because that's below the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, W140 S600.
Do you hate yourself?
Okay,
First
so,
off,
a viewer of the or a friend of the program.
that's the
Dan,
B12, dude.
Yeah, Dan Shalinsky told me about these cards, and he was going to sell one to me, and then it never ended up happening. And so I went to look at them myself. The guy is fucking smoking paint fumes or some bullshit. So he wants $4,000
For non-running.
for a non-running. It was for two. It was for
Oh.
one that had no wheels,
Gotcha.
broken windshield, rear window, and like missing side window. There's plants fucking growing inside of it.
This is like 94, right? What
It
year
was a
is-
95, so it was
95.
pre-OBD2.
Okay, cool.
And then he had a running one that's only running on one bank of cylinders because it's a
Ah.
yeah, $4,000 for both of them.
Ew.
I said
Yeah, cut that price in half, and then we're maybe in the range.
I told him I said I'd give him $500 for the one that ran, and he told me to leave his shop.
yeah,
Ah.
he's gonna have it in a year. Go back in a year. I promise you, he'll still have it. And
He'll
then
be in the
just
exact
say
same position.
500, and he'll do it. I mean, that's a nightmare, dude.
Oh well, I
Those,
want
those
I,
engines are unless you have. Do you have the Star? What's it called? The engine reader for Mercedes.
I could find that thing, but the thing was,
Yeah.
I wanted it as like the idea of a hoopy jalopy. As
Oh,
far
dude,
as
no, that's a freaking mafia car. So
Oh,
when
no,
I was in
I-
Hungary on a religious sabbatical way back in the day, like all the Ukrainian mafia, that's what they were all driving the diesel version, but they debadged it, slammed it, put it on Lawrencer rims. Oh, so
Ooh.
tasty.
So
I love those dudes, even though they killed people.
I'm still in the market for a big body something, big body Benz, big body
Passat, dude, join me. Get a Passat
But they're not
TDI.
cool though.
Yeah, you do. Slam it down put some Mercedes wheels on it.
I went down the Volkswagen rabbit hole. And I didn't like anything down there.
You shut your damn mouth.
I'm not saying they're bad cars.
They are, and I love them. Yeah, just kidding.
So if anyone has like a other one I really want is I want a 300D. I want a 300D.
Oh yeah, you could. The turbo. You just clock it a little bit, get some more little boosties out of that. Anyways,
Yeah.
Tell him you'll give him scrap price each plus $100. Take it or leave it. That's a good idea.
Well, good idea. Yeah.
Is that AJ that's there?
Yeah.
Off the wall, 518?
That's him.
That's AJ. That's a good idea, AJ.
That's what I did. It was, yeah. The guy was fucking crazy out of his mind.
Those are rad cars, but dude, that you'd be in.
He also
like
had
$6,000 just to get one of those up and going.
He also had a C37 AMG.
C36?
36, yes, 36.
There it is.
37 didn't exist, but yeah.
With
that's a rad car.
with like body damage, broken windshield, bad
okay,
paint.
now walk away.
$2,500 is what we want for it.
Did it run?
Barely.
Nah, no.
No.
That's 1,500.
We've done a pretty good job of keeping him off of a lot of the ledges.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
What is
not-
it with you and all these crappy cars? Weren't you shopping a Jaguar XJ12 or something a while back?
I wasn't.
Maybe I just made that up.
No, I
What kind of fever
I've
dreams
shopped-
are you having
I've
without
shopped
us?
a lot of cars,
Well,
but
anything
nothing.
that's like the worst, I just associate with Zach. So.
Nice.
I've shopped
Nice.
some weird shit though.
Yeah, you
Man.
have, and I love it.
Ah,
Live your best, my son.
There we go.
If that
Whatever religion you are, I don't care.
if that $5,000 305 or 308 comes back up, want to come get it with me?
A Ferrari
Yeah, the 308.
for $5,000?
Usually like $5 or $8 grand or something.
Is it not a
I don't
Ferrari?
know.
No, remember we found it on the podcast.
Is it not a
Vague?
Ferrari?
No,
A
it was a
Ferrari?
Ferrari, but it was fucked. Like there was no
I've been-
interior.
I've been looking at a lot of really trash cars for that stupid roll the dice cheap car of the week thing, which
Yeah.
everybody hates, but I don't give a flying fuck. I'm gonna keep doing them.
I'm sorry, but a 308 Shell is worth like 10 grand.
The car was fucked, dude. Like it was like
$5,000 Ferrari. I've
It,
never
it
heard
might
of
have
it.
been 10. It might have been 10 or 11, but like it was like sub 20. It was stupid.
Yeah,
Okay,
buy
so-
it. Just buy it.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
do it.
It's a
Pull the
Ferrari.
trigger.
Who cares?
And
Yeah.
then just,
But
Like
but then
I'm a
swap
Ferrari
in,
owner.
and then do a reverse swap and swap in a Fiero drivetrain.
Iron
so
Duke,
awesome.
baby.
It's a real Ferrari body with
Yeah.
a Fiero drivetrain. That'd be so funny.
Oh my god.
Oh,
you'd be-
everyone would hate me.
That would be
You'd be the
amazing.
king of Radwood.
Oh, everyone would
And then
hate
just
me.
put troll on the license plate.
Just troll,
That'd be
yeah.
so amazing.
That'd be amazing.
I would bankroll that. If you find it again, I will pay for that.
It was up for sale, I think about a month ago. It popped up like all like the shitty like State Street car dealers,
oh,
but in, like small towns. So like
that's
it's like
that's your
like
first red flag.
It's
It's a
always,
Ferrari next to Reams.
It's always front row.
Between the reams and the check cashing place.
Both of which have closed. And you're like,
Ooh.
wait a minute.
Hold on.
Hey-o.
I'll let you know.
Okay,
I'll keep it
There we
tight.
go.
We'll prank.
We'll make this dream happen.
Perfect.
It's not a dream at all.
It is a nightmare, but let's make it happen.
All right, we need to
Full drift. I like that idea.
wish some people happy birthday real quick. Happy birthday to Dave Kazarian.
Happy birthday to Dave.
I have a terrible idea that I need to pitch him.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Forklifts again?
no,
Oh, damn.
it's something that we could legitimately pull off. It's just we
Vicks?
need his help.
Does it
Vicks?
involve two bears and a?
Yes.
No, that's
That's
a
a whole nother level.
that's a whole other thing.
I'm not sure David would be into that.
No, I don't think he would.
It's a very
No,
low
he's going.
level.
He's also going to hate the idea I'm going to legitimately pitch to him, but I'm going to do it anyway
Do it.
Oh boy.
because I
Do
don't
it.
care.
He's happy.
We
It's
pitched
his
Matt.
birthday.
We pitched Matt Spec Panther a couple years ago when he showed up,
Which
and
was a genius idea. By
he
the
looked
way.
at me and Dave straight in the face and said that was a terrible idea.
But then
which-
Taurus Challenge came about.
I mean, listen. Anyway,
Drink.
Happy birthday, Dylon.
Happy birthday, Dylon Brown. Happy
Dylon.
Dylon.
Kelsey Hall.
Kelsey.
Mike Fallon Jr., who's currently raising funds for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society.
Great cause.
Good job, man.
I will come back. I will circle back and
Great
donate,
cause.
Happy
kick a
birthday.
few bucks to him. And then we got some upcoming birthdays. Jeff Whalen, Noah
Heyo.
Tramposh,
Yep.
Butters. Let's see. Jocelyn Harward.
Heyo.
Yep. Jeffrey Eldridge, longtime friend. Rhett Panter, and Austin Butterbaugh.
Nice.
Jocelyn is a badass. I'm just
She
gonna
is.
say that right now.
She
is
She's-
superstar badass.
I mean, she mobbed an M5 or an X5M, right? For a while, didn't she race
yeah, yeah.
Jason in the Lambo? And that?
she is just a superhuman.
Yeah, she's.
I mean, first of all, married to Jason. Second of all, she's just a superhuman.
patience beyond belief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Just kidding, Jason. But
Perfect.
not really.
All right.
No, she's.
Can I start?
Those two are the most hustlers of all the hustlers I've ever met in my life, and I love them.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm about ready to become the entire internet right now.
Uh-oh.
I need to embody it.
Okay. Okay, stop. Again.
No, keep doing it.
Sweet Lord. Just don't. What's your wingspan? 7'12"?
I don't
That's
wanna
8
know.
feet, by the way.
What generation is this?
I don't know.
I was-
Like what?
Questionable.
To answer your question,
I'm-
that's the future.
I'm Zoomer. I'm Zoomer, bitch.
Zoomer?
no,
Is
you're
that
not a
what it is?
Zoomer.
Why?
Snowflake?
Are you Y?
I'm not the
Why Zoomer,
Snowflake.
and why did you call him
think
bitch?
he's
He's
Gen
been nothing
Y.
but nice.
Gen Y?
I think that's Y. Are you Y? Is that Gen Y?
I was 98. I was born in 98.
Snowflake.
Zennial?
No.
98?
Yeah.
I'm young.
I graduated.
Yeah. He celebrated his 21st
Were
birthday
you in
on
high
this
school
podcast.
or graduating high school in 98?
I was in high school, but at the,
Oh, I'm older than you.
I never wanted to be that guy that was like, dude, I can't believe you were born in 98.
But now
And
when
now
it's,
we are.
And now I am.
I could legitimately be your father, which is really creepy.
No, Zach Turnage is my dad. You're my stepdad.
Well, okay, that's
I
right.
don't know how the logic works there.
I give you the good
We'll
Christmas
figure-
gifts. He never shows up.
You guys haven't
yeah, you'll
given
give
me
him
a
the good Christmas gifts
Hey,
from
I've
the
given
gas
you many
station.
gifts. You shut your damn mouth. I've given you. What have I given? I gave you a Mustang. Remember?
RX-7. I still have that too. It's
And I
sitting
gave
on
you the RX-7.
Mustang is sitting on the dash. No,
Awesome.
it's actually right next to each other. Right next to
Okay,
my
good.
little
All
shop.
right,
Okay,
so
good.
let's
Sorry.
go back to that internet thing.
Yeah. What's the internet?
Snowflake.
What are we
What are
channeling?
you doing?
The internet dance. Did that?
Holy shit! The Broncos getting a 7-speed manual.
Oh,
No way!
What did they do? Did they tear apart a 911 Carrera S?
No, so the
7-speed manual? No shit.
Yeah,
Why?
so it might get a 7-speed manual.
Oh, it looks like the Range Rover thing. That they
Every
just
I did that.
released.
I did that because everybody I know on social media has lost their shit over this. A new car with a manual. Holy shit!
That's just a Defender with like 32s.
Well,
That's all
yeah.
that is. The new Defender. The soft rotor.
Soft rotor.
That's all it is.
I don't like the new Defender.
No, me neither. I'm
It
not a big fan.
well, so it may get a 7-speed because the Getrag box that is going to be going in it
Yeah.
can support 5, 6, or 7 speeds,
Neat.
and that 7th speed would be like a low crawler gear, is
That's
what
cool.
it would be.
Oh, granny gear.
Yeah,
Bring back granny gears.
Yeah.
so are they
That's
building
rad.
a Unimog now? Are there multiple reverses too?
Is it a triple locker? Unlike
God.
my Land Cruiser?
Hey, I got one locker.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I have a center locker.
Okay, I have a rear locker.
Yeah, you have a better one.
Oh, aren't you guys just delightful?
We need to go lock up sometime.
High five.
I can tell you this car's actually going to be pretty damn good.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Insider
Well,
information.
Well, I just want to point out, like,
It is going to be really good, and we have
the Ranger's
a
been nothing but
local
great.
guy that's actually been, I think, very influential
Really?
Ooh.
with it.
With the development. So it's actually going to be a legitimate, like
Yeah.
you could take it up some
Yep.
trails.
Yeah.
Are we going to get a Bronco
Well,
ST?
well, I mean, look, if they do anything,
Raptor.
close
Raptor
to what a
ST.
Raptor is,
Yeah.
dude, I mean, we climbed the top of the whatever that is on the back of Tuella. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
legit. I was there today in the snow in that thing, and that's only gonna be probably better.
it's going to be lighter.
It does look
Yeah.
beefier than the Defender, the new.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does, and I think Ford never does us wrong. Let's be honest. Like the Shelby GT350, I am hot on that right now because the Ferrari, the Goal Ferrari by 40. Not that I turned 40, I did. That's out the window because the stock market is total shit right now. So I had to settle for something that's actually faster, way more reliable, way better in every way, shape, or form. GT350.
Oh,
I can't not have it.
man, you're
so
going
good.
too fast. I was going to make the joke Land Cruiser.
Oh yeah, no, that was my pre-midlife crisis
And
purchase.
we could also see maybe a bunch of those here
Ooh.
in Utah again for maybe a hood program. I mean, there's no guarantees, but
Have they brought any prototypes in for testing around here?
I have not seen any.
I'm for sure they'll be in
Is
Moab.
that? Are you winking at us? You're going a little
No,
wink
no, no,
sign?
no. I haven't
he's
seen
not.
any. I've not been involved in that, but I know friends have.
Nice.
Probably, definitely.
Nice.
I mean, it does look way more legit. No offense. I think the Land Rover Defender is pretty cool. Or Discovery? What is it?
I don't
Defender.
know.
This is Defender.
Defender's
Whatever,
the
yeah.
new
But
one.
it's definitely more of a crossover trying to be
Yeah.
tough. This looks pretty tough out the box.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Cool. Is this going to compete with the Cybertruck?
I don't know, but
Oh
we're going
my
to see.
gosh.
We're
No,
going to.
it's-
I'm being the
absolutely
internet.
not.
Remember, I channeled it.
No,
No.
the Mustang
you are
E
the-
is competing with the Cybertruck.
You are the.
Nothing competes with the Cybertruck.
You are the
It's
internet.
its
Zach.
own deal, man.
Well, Rivian.
Yeah. No,
Well,
I'll
yeah,
set
okay.
for later.
Anyway,
Amazon.
we will see this thing later this month. It's going to be shown in production form, according to Automotive News.
Hopefully not the Geneva Motor Show, which they just canceled.
Just
Nope.
a quick plug. John Williams Impulse Off-Road more than likely will build cages and light bars and stuff for that thing.
All right.
And if you have any Raptor needs or Jeep needs, he's your man. He's one of the best in the industry, and he's local here. So
He's local.
yeah.
Good.
John
Impulse.
Williams, Impulse Off-Road.
Nice.
I think didn't he build the cages for the expedition, whatever, that went down to Mexico?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. His brother Nate Williams, one of the best welders cages I've probably ever seen.
Wow.
Nice.
Also, the internet fucking blew its load all over this morning too.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So there is a possibility that we might be getting the hottest Alfa Romeo Giulia to exist
So,
here in the States.
are there interior photos? Because it says it's only a 2-seater, but it's still a 4-door.
Well,
they just
no,
ripped the
it's
back seat out.
yeah.
So
Like-
there's just cargo space.
So
back
just
there?
think Alpha.
No, like roll hoop.
So just think
like-
Alpha 4 Cheese in the Porsche RS version. This is the
Yeah.
Porsche RS version of the 4 Cheese.
Yeah, that's exactly really what it is. So
A lightweight.
Oh damn, that looks.
Don't they
yeah.
turn the power up a little bit?
yeah,
Yes.
so it's up.
540.
Yeah, it's up like
So
30
35,
Yeah,
30?
like 30 horsepower more, 220 pounds less than the 4 Cheese.
So this would be an absolute limited run because the 4 Cheese isn't really selling that well.
So when we say limited run, like 500 units worldwide, and it's going to be split between the GTA and the GTA-M.
Wow.
which is the manual, which we don't
The
get.
GTA-M is
The big
like
wing?
it's the one without the rear seats and the roll hoop.
Gotcha.
Wow.
So that's like the 350R if we're talking. muscle.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
Is that a front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive?
Rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw one on the highway a couple days ago, just putting gaps on cars, weaving in and out of traffic.
Amazing.
Or just the yeah.
If I had like rich dad car money, that would be the guy I would choose. Like no one has the 4 Cheese. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
It is pretty
It's in
beautiful.
conjunction with Ferrari. I mean, that's basically the same motor out of the California T.
Yeah, they just lopped 2 cylinders
Lop
off.
2 cylinders off. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And it sounds so good.
Oh, yeah.
Stock.
So, yeah, they are.
Oh, there it is. Is that the A GTA
That's
right
the
there?
GTA.
Look at the
GTA
over
M.
fender. They got some over fender in the rear there.
Oh
I
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Got some beefy tires
Yeah,
back
the
there.
GTA-M is this like one with all the crazy, with the big wing and everything.
Look
we
at that
were looking
front
at.
diffuser and all those winglets.
It's a good looking car.
That is
Yeah.
aggressive.
And Alpha's always built good looking cars.
They have.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And by Jeremy Clarkson's rule, all of us car guys have to own one in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
So will this be the first real Alfa Romeo that's actually got to the US?
No,
in-
we
in
have
the
the-
end?
we
Oh,
have
no,
the,
we have the quadrifoglio.
yeah, we have the Giulia,
Giulia.
just like the regular, like you can get a 4-cylinder,
Okay.
whatever,
Yep.
and then they have the Giulia Quattrofolio, which is they're hotted up with the
507 horsepower.
something like that.
Turbo
Yeah.
6.
So back in
And a 4C as well too.
I think it was like 2009 or 10
Stelvio.
when
Fiat.
SBK came out.
Oh.
Remember
yeah.
the super bikes?
Yeah.
They brought 2 Alfa Romeos. And I drove the Alfa Romeos
Oh,
for
yeah?
the medical stuff.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
They were fun.
Just
I mean,
great.
they were front-wheel drive, like
Yeah.
just hooning around the racetrack.
Oh.
They made us wear Alfa Romeo's racing suits
Oh,
and
nice.
everything. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's rad.
I felt pretty cool for the day.
Oh, as
Yeah,
you
yeah.
should.
See, that was before they came back. So you were one of few who got to drive one of those on
Yeah.
American soil. That's rad.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, no,
I'm-
they're great cars. I
I want them to bring the little front-wheel drive, the Giulietta. That thing is.
is that the hatch? The
Yeah.
little hatch. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Everything Alpha does is styled because don't they still work with Pininfarina?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh yeah, no, like that's the one. Like I want the Giulietta because I want to pay out the nose for something that's hideously unreliable, but will
Yeah.
be beautiful from every angle.
Yeah, I love.
While I
love
watch
this.
it leak every fluid that it has in it.
This is
That's
just
beautiful. It's nice.
it's
Oh, yeah.
Italian aggression, and I
Yeah.
love that the Quadrifoglio's the side thing is a sticker. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sticker, just like the RS.
Because we gotta save that extra ounce.
Truth.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, okay. Bye bye.
Wow. Okay. This is just getting
I
real.
don't know.
No,
I
I'm
haven't
agreeing
seen
with you.
for a while, and I'm sorry.
All right.
No, it's like your way of saying I love you. I
It
get
is.
it. Don't
I
worry
think
about
we should all hold hands and pray and make sure we feel good about each
it.
other.
Yeah, yeah. There we go.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
stop
bring
with
the
the
internet
dancing.
in. Yeah.
Internet,
Yeah.
bring it in.
Bring it in. Pray.
Bring the tinternet
There we
on
go.
the line.
Zing. All
Hey,
right.
speak about things online.
Okay, so, Dylan, this is the thing I told you about. We're going to talk about Drive to Survive Season 2. I have my notes.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't kidding.
Wow. Full
This is
page.
what I front and back.
Double.
Front and
2-page.
back.
Yes, it's like 6 episodes on there.
Well, can we only talk about the first 3? Because only half the room is.
Okay,
There's
fine.
Just plug your ears after episode 3.
There it is. No,
I've
so,
only been to episode 3 too, but I'll just listen.
Half the room's only been 3.
yeah, it's all right. So
I'm fine.
Like,
Don't worry, it happened last year. You already know what
I've
happened.
actually
Yeah.
been watching it on my phone.
Yeah, that's my fault. I should have binged watched more yesterday.
yeah. So
Are you all the way through? How many more have you got?
I am all the way through,
Okay.
and I started rewatching a couple.
You're a dedicated man.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you work where I work and you don't have a
Oh,
lot
fair.
to do on a Friday.
Nice.
I'm 5 in, and so yeah, I'm on it.
Have you gotten to the Mercedes episode yet?
Yes.
Oh yes,
I want to watch that
I
one.
think that was episode 4.
That was
believe
Silverstone
so.
too, wasn't that Silverstone? Or no, Hockenheim.
it was. Yeah, it was
That was
Hockenheim.
Hockenheim.
German.
Our
Yeah.
Tesla
German-
insider just messaged me about episode
They're never
4.
wearing the lederhosen again. Never. You're
Dude.
never wearing it again.
Well, and like later on in the series, they actually go back to Germany. They visit Germany
Oh,
3
really?
times.
Oh wow. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
Was
to
it?
get to
It
that.
was an
They go-
interesting weekend. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
like
That was an
go-
amazing. That's where Mercedes fell apart in
Yeah.
their home race, which
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
fantastic. Anyways,
So, yeah, we got another season of Drive to Survive. It
Is it
is.
season 2?
Yes.
It is glorious. It is amazing, and I highly recommend everybody go binge the shit out of it.
Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
Because this, if there was any one season where it's like you wanted to kind of see behind, like see how the sausage is made, this was it.
because Ferrari and Mercedes finally signed on to participate.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, well,
They'd-
even like outside of that, like you still like one of the top 3 teams, like kicked one of their drivers down to their junior team and brought another
yeah,
one of the junior drivers up to finish out the season.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
If there's listeners here that aren't into F1 and you want to be
Yes, this is how you
season
get
1,
in.
season
So-
2, you'll get
Yeah.
into the
So
drama,
that's
you'll
what I
understand who they are.
So I did that with Tesla Insider, who he heard his back, so I ended up just hanging out with him today. I'm like, well, let's watch this TV show so I can be caught up with the podcast. And he's like, I know nothing about F1. And I go, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
You're
Well, you're
going
going to learn today.
And
Yeah.
I left, and he's like, I'm already on 5 or 6, but he just messaged me a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
front end
He's-
dev at work, he's like not into cars at all, and he watched season 1, and he was like, "Brandon, you're into Formula 1, right?" And I was like, "Yes." He's like, "I watched Drive to Survive, and I love it."
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
watched every race last season because of it, and I was like, "Yes!" And every time there was a race, we'd go to work and just share notes, and it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
So true though. That's
He
the way to
just
get in.
messaged me. The Mercedes and McLaren teams are much more professional and collected than the Haas team lead.
Ah, welcome to Gunther Steiner
Oh,
land,
Gunther.
where we
I-
say the F word every 7 seconds.
I don't believe he is pleased.
No,
He
not one bit.
No,
one
but
of,
I think
one of
he's
my
under-
notes is Gunther is mic'd up, but he doesn't care.
Yeah.
yeah, that was a great one. That
Well,
was.
And then
So-
did you read
Yeah.
that he's upset with how much they've actually produced on the show, actually
Oh, yeah.
released on the show? He's
Yeah,
actually
well,
upset.
and you saw like Max went on somebody's like YouTube chat show and said, "Oh, yeah, they portrayed me terribly."
No, they portrayed Max as Max.
Yeah, Max.
They
is,
portrayed him perfectly.
yeah, Max.
That is exactly who
Like, I'm
he
sorry.
is.
I'm sorry, Max. Do you want to go back to like earlier in your F1 career where you were just hyper aggressive, Max,
Yeah.
plowing off at turn 1 at Monaco?
Yeah.
I mean,
We can do that.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, what a great series. I'm only 3 episodes in though, so anyways.
No, so I didn't watch season 1 because I didn't really follow a lot of 20.
I started rewatching season 1 to get ready for season 2
So
because
good.
that's my life.
Yeah, yeah.
But
me too.
I didn't follow 2018's race
Mhm.
series, so it was kind of hard for me to get into it. But I did follow 2019.
Right.
I'm surprised how well the show is produced. 95% feels incredibly real. There are some scenes where I'm like, they asked these people to sit down and talk about these things.
Well, part of the reason why
Yeah.
it's so well produced is it's Asif Kapadia? I can't remember, but he's the one
Something
who
like
did the Senna documentary that
Oh,
won
really?
Yeah.
at Sundance and went, actually had
Yeah.
a nationwide release.
somewhere.
Yeah, it's over
And
there.
that was just
I thought it was
Pure-
here first.
Yeah.
pure art. And so
Yeah.
he knows how to tell an F1 story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With no narrative whatsoever, just using the drivers and everybody. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's part of the reason why
And
it's so
he-
beautiful.
So speaking of that, Santa, just off topic,
Okay.
did you ever watch? Did you watch the movie release version, or did you watch the director's extended cut?
So I saw whatever they had at Sundance, which I think was the directed extended cut.
Yeah, where
Director's-
it's like 3.5 hours long.
Maybe not,
Okay.
because I don't remember sitting in the theater there. I
I
remember
didn't
crying.
know there was one. Tell me about that.
Basically, the only thing that's really more different than that is that they have more interviews
Oh, okay.
With him.
with
like everyone.
With everyone.
Yeah.
Mm.
And like, if you want it, I can bring it. It's
That'd be
like,
rad.
It's 9 gigs.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Make that.
But no, so I was saying that was like I'm blown away by it. I literally can't wait. So like I was sitting at my shop waiting for the countdown to leave to be here, just watching season or episode 3. It's really invigorating. And as Tesla Insider said to me, he was like, "Fuck reality TV. This is better than anything I watch most of the time. It's better than scripted shit."
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
And it really does encapsulate all the drama that goes on behind the scenes. And for someone that's not into racing, it really just captivates their
Can I ask
their
a dumb
interest.
F1 question?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
No.
There are dumb
No,
F1
kidding.
questions.
That absolutely is.
So
I get
what-
them every Sunday when I watch you with my wife. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yikes.
why is the red one being faster than the silver one?
No,
That
it
has
doesn't
not
happen.
happened
Doesn't
for
happen.
4
That is
years.
not-
No,
I know.
she's
Trust
good.
me. Yeah.
So what are the power differences between these cars? Because I know they're racing on the bleeding edge. I know, but it like they talk about like these changes in these cars. Like it's like I'm using layman's terms here. Like, oh, this car is a V8 and this one's a 4-cylinder. Like I feel like they're using those as like.
Well, that's the beauty of Formula One. So they all have prescriptive rules that
Yeah,
they have
I'm
to
aware of
follow,
that,
right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're all the same leader. They're all the same whatever displacement.
Yep.
But then there's like freedom and how you can manage the fuel delivery or whatever it is that you're doing. Like with Ferrari's recent, settlement with the FIA that's been kept private.
Yeah, settlement
Yep.
that we're not going to hear about.
Yeah, where they're oil burning, where they were actually burning the oil to increase a little bit of power and,
Yeah.
and doing
yeah.
something else with something with the fuel delivery.
The
that,
Ferrari 2-stroke.
yeah, something that gave them that extra boost. That's the part of Formula One I love because that's where it's
Yeah.
like such deep development. It's like Ferrari or like Mercedes this year in preseason practice.
Oh yeah, with
With
the
the
DAS.
The DOS system. It's just amazing that someone thought about, hey, let's have an active toe adjustment
yeah, like
while we're driving.
what if we did this?
I think
Can we?
Mercedes is the only team that could do that because they've mastered this chassis.
Oh,
So they
yeah.
have free time to like, hey, what can we do more that's awesome?
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
else is still scrambling to catch up. We'll talk about that as
Oh,
we
yeah.
get into that.
So
Oh, yeah, we'll get
what, in your opinion, what do you think like the percentage difference off of, like let's say Mercedes is, like are you thinking they're like 10% off in power, 5% off power, 2% off in power?
Well, compared to who?
Like from each other, like
Oh,
all
well,
over the board.
like-
see, that's the crazy thing too. So look at Williams that
Yeah.
has a Mercedes engine,
Yeah.
so it's given to them by
Current spec.
Mercedes.
Yeah, they got to buy it.
Yeah,
so.
but then they have to. It's not the same exact motor that's in Lewis Hamilton's car.
No.
So that's where the difference lies, right? They have the base, then they have to work their magic within the details of the rules.
Yeah.
Without breaking the rules.
Yeah.
And that's where Mercedes has excelled in the turbo era. I think Mercedes, beginning of the turbo era, 4 or 5 years ago, they
Yeah.
were clearly like almost 100 horsepower ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ferrari
it's
and-
that much?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
Ferrari and
Jesus.
Red Bull has caught up to them.
But I would say Ferrari last year had a stronger engine.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, they definitely
they
did.
had
Yeah.
the
But-
higher horsepower. They actually outhouse horsepowered Mercedes. I
Yeah.
agree.
It's crazy because I always thought these cars were within 15 to 20 horsepower of each other, and because they're racing so close to the bleeding edge,
Yeah.
that that difference looks that much greater.
So what's interesting too is that the engine really is actually a small part when you look at
yeah, you know,
what
your
it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
suspension components.
So
and braking
there's
and-
so much other stuff that the percentage is in every detail everywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
all
so
trees
all
and
year
builds,
long
yeah.
they'll spend.
Oh, yeah.
They'll spend
Well-
millions on just one component that may give them.
Yeah, like
Because we got insight onto the Haas
Like
episode where they were
2%.
talking about like, well, let's run. I can't
yeah,
remember which is-
Haas was they were people who were like, okay, we've got this. They did testing, everything looked good, but then as soon as because you develop the car throughout the year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because no two tracks are the same,
Right.
it was clear that they didn't understand the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they kept trying to throw fixes at it, and they didn't. So
Well,
they had
the line they said were, I think it was, let's go back to Madrid or
Melbourne.
whatever.
Melbourne.
yeah,
The
well,
Melbourne spec.
Yeah, let's go back to that spec and leave another car at current spec. I think it was genius. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
somebody likes troubleshooting. That
So it was literally last year's car, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they purchase that car from?
Lola.
It was.
no.
It was.
So the Haas car is a lot of off the shelf Ferrari parts.
That's right.
Well, yeah, all the
yeah.
mechanicals are Ferrari.
Yeah, all the mechanicals and some
But
of the other
The body is designed by Lola Racing, I thought.
Dallara.
Dallara, that's it.
Yeah.
Dallara designs the body. That's
Yeah,
right.
they design a lot of the bodywork, but also a lot of the other components they do get from Ferrari, and that's why everybody had such a shit fit when Haas first showed up because they're like, oh, well, it's another Ferrari.
Right.
Right.
Because they
it
didn't make
produced.
any of the parts.
Yeah.
Their first year, everyone was so shocked because they did so well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
And
to
second
see them,
year.
to see them
Yeah.
kind of sucking made great TV for us.
Oh,
yeah.
my gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
in
but
episode 2
tough
of this season, like Will Buxton says it, he's like, yeah, Haas came in, and they weren't going to try to do a Williams where they're a small team trying to build every little component.
Right.
Yeah.
They just bought the stuff that worked,
Yep.
and then tweaked the stuff that they needed to,
Which worked for the first 2 seasons.
and they were very competitive.
Yeah.
Speaking of Williams, Tesla Insider,
God, Williams.
he kept mentioning, he was like, why does everyone keep comparing themselves to how bad Williams is? And he thought that was very
Well,
funny.
it's sad because Williams has a long history
Oh,
in,
yeah.
in F1
Oh, yeah.
and winning at the top end,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And so
In the past 3 years, they can't put their shit together.
when they showed up last year with no car at testing,
Yeah.
I mean it was
Oh, yeah.
it was
Yeah.
the
I
disaster.
forgot about that.
Oh,
yeah,
you-
you're right.
I mean,
Man,
it was
that-
the saddest thing. And
It
so
was-
now the comparison back in the day, in I guess 2000s, would have been a Minardi, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Where everyone would compare it with those guys, and at that point, Williams was top 5 team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Senna and the Professor at one
Yeah.
point. I
Yeah.
mean, they had
Yeah.
I
I mean,
everybody.
Yeah, Williams has had.
They
like,
were also the team that broke ground with the active suspension. Like
Yeah.
they were the first to implement that.
Yep.
So I mean, they
So
they
it's
have a
just sad.
pedigree that they have fallen so far away from.
Yeah.
Because I knew about that. It's funny to hear.
What do you
somebody-
think? What do you think, James? They need to do? Like I don't know. I think it comes from the top, to be honest with you. But like, what do you see when you look at the team?
You know, it's always going to come down to number one, budget,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the reality is that Mercedes and Ferrari is just spending
Oh,
Yeah.
tons.
hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no way the other teams can compete with that.
So I want an answer to this, but when we get back to the
yeah,
subject,
no
Oh,
problem.
sorry.
Do you think they should implement a budget cap? And I want
They-
an answer.
There is.
They
So-
are next
they are?
year.
Yeah, there are.
2021
2021.
rules.
Yep.
At some point, I guess
I was trying to make a
we're
segue
gonna-
there.
Yeah,
for
we'll
you,
get
Mike.
we'll get there. Yeah.
But
And
hey, fuck
that's-
that for you.
That's
all right.
crazy what's happening there. That's a whole new level, and we won't go there yet.
Yeah, we'll
we'll
get
get
to
back
that
to that.
eventually.
Yeah.
It's- like we need to talk about the show because one of
Did they agree to it?
every,
It's even
Yeah.
more than that. Like
Wow.
it's really cool.
This year's a voluntary.
So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think everyone should go and watch Drive to Survive. If you
Yeah.
are even remotely interested in cars and you have a Netflix account,
Even if you're not interested in cars, it's just the amazing
yeah, like it's
soap opera of racing.
it
It's
makes you want to be an
insane.
F1 driver. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
or
way
just-
too old and fat for that, but yeah,
I'm too tall,
Yeah.
so I feel
Well,
you.
like
yeah, you're
well-
way too tall.
so
Kubitz is the tallest, and he's barely 6 foot.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
I
Like
got 6 inches
so
over him.
yeah, so like James probably saw me post this in the NASA enthusiast group how I just want to like follow different people around this upcoming NASA season, so like a different
Yeah.
whoever each weekend.
yeah.
It was partially because of Drive to Survive, and I'm just like, yeah.
Let's do it, Mike. Let's
Well-
actually do it.
Oh, I already am doing it. I already have people like
Lined up.
yeah, like I've
Sweet.
got the whole season covered.
Fine, I was
Rad.
help film and stuff.
I mean, if you want to come film, that would be it's just it's one of those things you gotta be there when I'm there though.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's
So-
the reason why I'm not participating.
Like, yeah.
I can't be anywhere anytime.
I'll be there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll be there.
I will probably see you around, but yeah.
You can follow us too as well if you want. We're running a Mustang this year.
I am I will I mean if somebody drops out, I've got some other I'll
No
see what I
problem.
can do, but
I
yeah.
guess I'm not good enough for the.
Wow.
Wow.
First pick.
In my head,
Wow.
I am.
All
but I
right.
guess.
Jeez.
Bring him on the-
man.
bring-
Wow.
Is that why
Wow.
he's on the show? Just so you can bring him here to diss him? Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that his
Oh,
face
man.
on the
Cold,
radio
Mike.
Wow.
Wow.
and on YouTube? I'm gonna count the delay.
That's live.
There we go.
Anyways.
Yeah, that's why I bring people down here just to hurt their feelings.
That's why you bring meat down here.
Well, that's all I come here for.
I mean,
It helps me stay humble. Just kidding.
yeah.
Anyways, great series. Although I'm only to the Danny Ricciardo v. Carlos Sainz episode.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I watched the Haas episode, which was amazing. Gene Haas is he is just balls. Like, if we don't win, I'm out.
Yeah.
Well, also, the rich energy guy, I can't remember his name right now.
Richard Story.
Oh my god.
He looks like a fucking rabbi.
You know he's
That's-
just fake that whole time.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
Like,
Did they go into deeper detail in it in the later episodes? Because I was just like,
No.
after that episode, I was like, what?
They basically just touched it and then left it alone.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
we ended the relationship because we only got some of the money, and they didn't pay us anywhere near the $60 million they agreed. I was like, there's so much more to this story that Jalopnik uncovered during the season. That was so amazing.
yeah, but I mean,
he's no longer the CEO. He's no longer a part of the company. He's
Yeah.
just a total sham.
He
Yeah.
ran out of money.
Yeah, he didn't even have money to run out
That's
of.
what I think.
Yeah,
We need to get so much energy down in the basement.
they don't even
It's
sell
in-
it anymore.
it's like it was really hard to find when they were still producing it, and now
Yeah.
it's nearly impossible.
Jalopnik challenged all of their UK-based readers because they said they had it in all the high-end bars to go find it, and it took one reader 10 bars to find one bottle that had
Like
been
one
there
can,
for quite
yeah.
some time. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was their whole model. They sold it to nightclubs, and obviously that's not true.
No.
Anyways.
Yeah. No. Like it took a lot of people a lot of time to try to find this stuff.
And then they tasted it, and it was not good.
Yeah, it's like gone because you were able to buy it on Amazon for a while there.
Yeah, by the
You can now buy a
case.
drink called cocaine.
Nice.
tight.
Yeah, you get that in Vegas.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
I
a drink?
mean,
There's a drink?
yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah. Well, once you guys catch up a little bit more, I mean, we
It's
can
actually called cocaine.
great.
Yeah, you could buy it here.
Yeah. But like I got.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
I'll buy some.
But yeah, like
Well,
I
like
got,
what it kind of reminded me of too of the Rich Energy is remember Lotus had the fire sponsor for like 2 years.
Yes.
No, Burn.
Yes.
Well, like in the V8 era, or what?
Yeah, in the
what-
V8 on the Lotus cars.
I vaguely remember.
Yeah, they had them on there, and it was like that was the same kind of thing. You could not find those.
Oh, and it was just on their car.
Yeah,
Did they keep it all season long? I guess they had it for two
they had
seasons.
it for 2 years.
Oh, wow. I can't remember that. Who was the drivers of that era?
That was Kimi and Grosjean.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Real man.
Back when Grosjean
yeah.
had his one race ban for crashing into
Like, you
people.
can still buy it at
Yeah,
Walmart.
that year.
Yeah, that year.
Huh.
I remember
2012.
now. I remember now.
Yeah.
The only current F1 driver to have a one race
Hey.
ban, by the way.
Oh, Seb was so close.
I know, so close. He was like just 2 points away.
He was just one misstep, and
Man,
it was going to
he's-
happen.
Well,
but
it was all because of Grosjean. Grosjean screwed up Alonso's chance
yeah.
for that year.
Yeah, at my favorite track, Spa.
There's a
Francorchamps.
Spa, and then
Spa Francorchamps, when he sends it over the top of Alonso.
Ah.
and then the following race in Japan is when it was after Monza. It was when then at that point Kimi knocked out the tire on Alonso on the first corner,
Oh, yeah.
and he went straight into the sand trap.
Good old Alonso. Bless his heart.
yeah.
Anyways.
So, do we have?
Well, so
I don't know what you want to do here. I was trying to try to help out, but I can't.
it's all right. So I asked the question to the people because Drive to Survive is great,
Amazing.
and I think it's brought a lot of people to F1 who otherwise would not be there.
True.
Yep.
I asked what race series would you like to see get the Drive to Survive treatment?
Not
You know?
NASCAR, please. I just
No,
can't
not-
stand any more NASCAR.
Yeah.
Can't
so
stand
It's already there. It's like
true.
drama-filled.
Is it
weekend.
racing? It's more like just, I'm going to wreck you on the last lap, and
Well-
there you go.
well, I will say the next gen car, which is going to be their
Yeah.
2021 car, 6-speed sequential gearbox,
Oh,
transaxle,
just
independent
30
rear
years later,
suspension,
Paddle
30
or sequential?
sequential.
just 30. Didn't they just
Yeah.
barely get fuel injection?
Like 5 years ago,
5
yeah.
years ago? Holy
And
shit. Fuck you, NASCAR.
The big
I just
thing
can't
that
stand
How?
it.
the big
yeah.
thing that the loyalist fans are throwing a shit fit over now
Yeah.
is they're going from a 5-lug to a
Center lock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah, they're doing like 18-inch center lock wheels.
They should
Yeah.
actually bring it back to actually stock-based cars and not
I mean-
just these stupid shells.
Oh, I have a whole tangent about that. Just
Yeah.
imagine how great American cars would be if they kept it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember in the 80s, they were still basing it off of the
We-
basic design and outside of a regular Ford frickin' whatever Thunderbird.
Yeah.
that
We
they
could
ran
just,
back then.
look into like the Mercedes lineup, and we would have that, but for all of our
Well,
American
But
vehicles.
you
Well,
can't
like-
you can't really sit like any racing series. The DTM has been homologated. Like those
Mm-hmm.
cars are nothing like a regular. The only thing they share is the door.
It's like
That's
not even
it.
That. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
still with the
It's everything now.
the supercar series, no, it is still from like firewall to firewall.
Oh yeah,
It's
the
still,
Australia V8 Supercars.
Yeah, it's still like
Crikey.
that's
Crikey.
why
I
like,
love me the Supercars.
I wasn't looking at it, so I thought James was talking, and I saw you talking, and I was like, "The fuck?"
Well, that was my Australian accent. Was that
That's
pretty good?
amazing.
Pretty good, yeah. It's pretty
thank
good.
you.
Well, and then even then, the supercar, they're going to be losing another manufacturer next year.
Yeah, Holden's gone.
Holden's out.
Holden's
Dead.
gone.
Holden's dead as a freaking brand.
Yeah, it's like
If you were around, you would be here to talk about that. It was
Yeah.
last week.
But
What?
they,
Yep.
they knew that was coming back in 2017 because they haven't really produced a car. Since
Well, they
then.
haven't, but they signed agreements with like 888 Engineering Red Bull Racing
Oh, right.
past this season.
Which they'll honor somehow.
They're trying to figure out how they're going to do it, but
vaguely.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
So I have an answer.
okay,
I want to see lemons.
okay, that was somebody else said lemons too, and no, I think that would be hilarious to see somebody do.
But who do you follow in Lemons? Like,
You just
obviously
pick-
Dan Chilinsky.
Well, I mean, it's one of those like it would be a bit harder
pick a-
for this because
you do like a team, like do like a handful of teams that you try.
what you need, you need to find two rivals and really just highlight
so
that
I
story.
I follow a lot of lemon stuff, and so there are like there's a guy named Spank who does a lot of it's almost at every single event.
He's pretty consistent.
There's guys who have done over 100 races.
Jesus,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Yeah, I think there's 3 guys now who have achieved the 100 trophy.
Wow.
Yeah, and so there are regulars and people who like don't do professionally by any means, but
Die Hard,
Yeah.
Le Mans.
Oh, yeah.
That would
Interesting.
be my choice, and then the Gambler would be the second choice if I had to go.
I like the gambler idea.
I mean, they already did kind of the Le Mans, like the Truth in 24 was a great documentary about
Yeah,
Audi.
that's
That was
pretty good.
fantastic. There's a Patrick
Patrick Dempsey.
one.
yeah, that one
Yeah.
was.
Seeking.
Spent some time with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
He is. Is he still? Is he going to go for it again?
I don't know, but he spent some time at the track, and I did some lead follow and coached him up a bit.
Yeah. Is he good?
Nice.
Yeah, it's all right.
He's got some
I
skill.
didn't at that time, it wasn't very good.
Ah. Okay.
Well, you know.
But who cares? I mean,
He's better
fine.
now after spending time with you.
I didn't even know who the hell he
Oh.
was. I was like, "Who's this guy?"
It's Dr. Dreamy.
No,
Dr. McDreamy.
Yeah, McDreamy.
I
He
got home,
he
I was
pays
like,
the bill, and that's it.
I met this guy called Patrick Dempsey. My wife's like, "No, you didn't."
Oh no.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I'm terrible like that.
Yeah,
man.
That's
Andrew
awesome.
Jolly said 24 hours of lemons.
I was
Yeah, there it is.
That's a
sitting
good
there
one.
with him
Andrew,
when
did you and Andrew just become best friends?
No, we were
Yep.
sitting at lunch together when we discussed this.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Yeah. We were at the prison cafe and we were discussing this.
Ooh, Alex. Alex is onto
Yeah.
something.
Alex Yunkin, MotoGP would be super entertaining.
That would be amazing.
It'd be
Yeah.
easier this year now.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
canceled the race.
2 races.
Two?
Yep.
Which ones
Where?
did they cancel?
They canceled the
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 Wuhan
Qatar
one.
race,
The guitar.
and then they
Yeah, I read that today.
and then they have delayed the Thailand race.
Yeesh.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, the
I
first 2
didn't-
races
I
of
didn't
the
read
year.
that today.
But yeah,
I'm stuck in a
Melbourne, Australia, they're like, no, we're having this race. F you. I don't
Yeah.
care if everyone's dying.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing this. But Ferrari may not make it.
Yeah.
I
Really?
know
Well,
that's
I just-
Did you
that's
see
the
that?
scary one.
Yeah.
That's
That's
Because
Oh,
the break outbreak is
Yeah,
in
Italy.
northern Italy, and that's where the factory is.
yeah.
And there's been a lot of weird quarantines and shit too about that. Like,
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
gonna be a weird year, man.
It's gonna be.
Yeah.
I
I
just
know.
like. It sucks that China got canceled because that always
Well,
provides
it's not
something.
Yeah, it
official
does.
yet,
Ah.
but
It was
Imola
delayed.
is trying to get in on that.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. 2
That would be
Italian
great.
races.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Because we're already going to the
Also,
Netherlands,
if
right?
they
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
Zandvoort this
Zandvoort.
year.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
if they
Zandvoort.
cancel that one, I will be so pissed. I want to see that track so
Yeah,
bad.
I want to see it too because
Which one?
The high-speed bank.
Zandvoort.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to cancel that one.
No,
it's
they
for
can't.
sure happening.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially
If
because
we all die,
Although
maybe.
Thailand's on the F1's calendar
Vietnam.
this year. Vietnam, that's
Vietnam?
right. Thank
I
you.
heard
Yeah.
a rumor that Vietnam might get
Yeah,
the old
but they're saying
the boot.
we've invested like how
Too
many
much.
hundreds of millions that
Yeah.
we're doing this. I don't care how many dead people are in the stands.
all right.
Yeah.
You know who I bumped into that just got back from China
Uh-oh.
was Alan.
Oh,
Oh, God,
really?
get out of this
And
basement.
he was sort of saying maybe those ones are going to be cancelled and
How does he feel? Does he look and feel okay?
oh dude I shook his hand and I
Oh,
was like, how
no.
you doing? And then he's like, yeah, I just got back from China. I was
You're
like,
like, no,
are you kidding me?
I gotta go wash my hand now.
Excuse me, I need the bleach.
He was on the last plane out, so he's like, nobody was on the plane.
Oh wow.
He was quarantined and then had to spend like 14 days in his house
Oh wow.
here in Utah.
Oh wow.
And he's like, but I checked his temperature. He checked his temperature.
did
And
for
he
him?
was fine. I'm like,
That's good.
yeah,
You got
guns
the
out.
laser?
Yeah. Walk around.
97.8. Get the heck out of here.
wait.
Yeah. Bloody hell. But yeah, that was an interest. When he mentioned Vietnam might be.
Yeah.
That's Alan Wilson, the track designer out here, and then done a bunch of stuff out in China, I think. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't his wife race as well?
She ran an F1 race back
Yeah.
in the day.
She was like one of the few females that
Yeah.
ever run an F1 race. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
I remember we interviewed her. Didn't we interview her on this? Oh, that was the Daily Derby. I'm
Yeah, that was.
Oh, your thing?
sorry, the plug that's dead. Try
Yeah.
to go to it. The website's gone.
There you go.
I did.
Oh yeah, you way back
Perfect.
machined it. Anyways,
I've been stalking
what else
you.
do we got?
So let's see. Luke Dreyer,
Yes.
longtime super fan, who is going to be coming here and celebrating the fact that he's done with college.
Yay!
Whenever he's
Congratulations, Luke.
When he's done with it, he's not quite done yet.
Took me 10 years. You can beat me.
It's all right. Some of us took 5 and wound up with nothing but debt.
Hey.
Hey, what's this thing you're talking about?
Never mind. Luke Dreyer would like to see a good series about the crews and individuals going for land speed records at Bonneville.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be rad. Because
Yeah.
that's a thing you never hear, like, ever really see. Like, we hear about it because we're in the community here.
Yeah.
But, like, I think the greater population would love a story. Like think about The World's Fastest Indian.
Yeah.
What a great
Oh,
movie.
I flipping love that movie, actually.
Such a great movie.
One of the best. I believe about 10 years ago, I'm not sure if it's still there now, but Netflix had a documentary on the Utah guys that ran Bonneville for over 24 hours and drove the whole Bonneville Flats. I don't even know what it was
They
called.
just kept going.
It was a great documentary, really cool.
Huh.
I want to say BB or something.
Well, somebody will figure that one
Yeah,
out.
we'll
go
look it up.
figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Oh, yeah. So,
Oh, the Super Utes
Yeah,
series.
like-
AJ, good choice.
or like Australian like touring masters, which would be awesome because it's all like the old
Oh,
Holdens.
the old amazing cars.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
I want to add Revival.
okay.
Good Revival to my list.
Oh,
would be
well,
so.
I mean, they have pretty good coverage of that
They
every
do,
year
but,
now.
But you don't like get to know all about the drivers and
And the cars.
See,
and
I'd
how
really
they got
rather
there.
hear about the cars.
The problem with the revival stuff is that those boys are old,
yeah.
and you've either
Yeah.
got a guy that's just spending a whole bunch of money to be in the car, or luckily you'll get someone like a Plato that's jumping in,
yeah. Or you.
or a
Yeah.
or a David Coulthard, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you'll
They're
get
proper
somebody.
ones. But typically they're just old guy that's just
old rich
paying to
dudes.
be there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Or they're
Yeah,
Rowan
yeah.
Atkinson
Yeah.
wrecking their F1 for the 4th time. Their McLaren F1. Yeah.
Did he crash it at Goodwood?
Oh, no, he didn't crash it at Goodwood,
Okay.
but he did crash it 4
Yeah,
times.
yeah, I
He
know.
sold it, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
$14 million.
Yeah,
What
that's
the
it.
price
Rowan
tag was.
Atkinson.
Clean title.
You want to hear another claim to fame with him?
Okay.
Yes.
So when I was working at Silverstone
Yeah.
back in the day, his son was karting. And he instructed his son. Well, I guess I was probably like 16 at the time.
Oh, wow.
And he came out with his son.
Mhm.
And I just couldn't take him seriously.
Because it's Mr. Bean.
Because he's Mr. Bean. And
Yeah.
I remember an episode where we had a turkey on his head.
Yes.
All I could keep picturing was this turkey on his head.
That's so
Oh.
funny.
But he
Man.
was a great guy.
Yeah, he's a legitimate car guy, and
Huge.
he drives his
Yeah.
cars. That's what I love
Oh
about him.
yeah.
Yeah, F1 for the example.
He's always in his
Yeah.
Jaguar 120 or something, one of the
Yeah.
big body sedans.
And then crashes a lot and everything.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Some people say I look like Mr. Bean when I shave my beard, which is why I don't shave my beard.
come on.
I don't think I could see that.
No, it's like Colin Farrell and Mr. Bean had a baby.
Nah,
Me.
I like
Will you
it.
send me a photo?
Yes. No. There's no chin. There's no chin
There's
here.
nothing.
It just goes lower lip to neck.
Well, I'm going to
Damn.
bug you at 2 o'clock this morning for the photo.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be awake, so I'll send it to
Well, yeah, I
you. That
think.
sounds graphic.
uh,
Anyways.
I'd like to see one kind of so. AJ threw out the Super Ute series. I would really like to see one on the Supercar series.
Oh, yeah.
I know there is going to be sometime this year. There's going to be a long form documentary about the Erebus team,
Oh.
which seems insane,
Hmm.
and I would like to see that. They were the people who were campaigning a few, not a few years ago, long enough ago that before the weight of the world crushed me.
Ah.
They were campaigning Mercedes E-classes in the Supercar series.
In
Yeah,
Australia.
yeah,
Hmm.
Nice.
yeah. It was right when Mercedes came in and Volvo came in.
Is that like the? Oh, okay.
Like
so yeah,
that-
a few years ago.
Yeah, like
not
that
too
brief
long
period
ago.
of time. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
remember that.
But yeah, there's going to be a documentary on it. I've watched the teaser or the trailer
Look amazing.
like 3 or 4 times. Yeah, it seems really interesting.
And that's an awesome series because it takes the excitement of NASCAR, but it actually puts real drivers on real tracks. No offense to NASCAR fans, but
Yeah.
come on.
Hey, the Roval was awesome.
Whatever.
Hey.
But
Go
yeah,
home.
I mean Bathurst. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
That is like one of the best tracks in the world.
Yeah,
And
then
they're on there for how long? I mean, that's just.
Yeah.
I watched the Bathurst 1000, and that was amazing.
yeah, and then
Or
you
the
know
12 hours of Bathurst. That's
yeah,
what I watched.
12
and then all
hours.
the street circuits that they do, and all like the fucking
Yeah,
go
the
kart
Gold
tracks that they go
Coast.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gold,
for
and they're
sure.
freaking. Their whole goal is if you have your mirror on, you're doing it right at the end of the race.
Well, like, 'cause like that. Did you ever see it when Darrell Waltrip went on the ride in
Yes.
the
Yes.
car?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was like
just,
blown
shitting his
away.
pants.
He's like he's
Yes.
like crying.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He's just like, this is not possible. How is this happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love that. So I mean, you got Shane Van Ginzy
Yeah,
with
Van
the Kiwi.
Gisbergen. Yeah.
and the what's his face is still in it.
Craig Lowndes.
Craig
still-
Lowndes.
Yeah. Scott McLaughlin is currently the new guy.
Who was that? Who was the Holden guy forever? Oh crap, he's been in it forever.
A lot of them.
Yeah, it'll come to me. Anyways, yep.
Whatever. Yeah. So my vote would be for the Supercar series. What about the rest of you guys?
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know. I love the what is it called? It's not the Pirelli World Challenge anymore. The Blancpain GT Challenge.
GT World Challenge.
GT
America.
World Challenge.
SRO, right? Yeah.
Whatever.
I love
changed.
that, but I stopped watching last year when they just like broke up the season somehow and had all these weird scheduling. And they didn't come to Utah, so I was like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
give a crap anymore. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want more road racing
Yeah.
type of shows about this because I think that's what you need to build the fan base
Well,
here.
I think-
it would work better.
What about like Trans Am? Because that's
Oh,
still
yeah.
something.
The
That would be,
SCCA, yeah, the runoffs, the Trans Am, yeah.
yeah, like the Trans Am series. Like
Those are way more closer to stock than a freaking NASCAR car.
Trans Am's seems to be trending again right now.
Yeah, which is
the price range
awesome.
is good. They're actually bringing GT3 cars.
Yes.
Oh, rad.
They're making a series for them too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting trend. It's good. It's good to see. So
Yeah. So.
I'd like to see British touring cars
Oh, I love B.
Yeah. Yes.
because you guess you know you
Those are true stock cars. I mean, you're freaking hooning Civics.
well and
And
just
Subarus.
the characters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Play-Doh.
Even-
Neil. Is Matt Neil still
Yeah,
in it?
he is, yeah.
Is he still in it?
He
Oh,
is.
man. He's a lifer.
You know what I mean? Even like going back, that would be a fun thing. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, well, you know, we fell out of it after we had to argue with the sanctioning body that because we bolted it to the car we sold in the showroom.
Yeah.
That means we could extend it on the race car.
Yeah.
And therefore have an aero advantage.
Plus, the racing in the BTCC is
Oh,
just so
yeah.
good. And I love the
There's-
format.
There is a documentary on British touring cars on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
so good.
Dude, those guys were getting paid so much money as
Oh,
drivers.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And they were like, what do we charge? And they'd just throw out these numbers. And then they're like, we've got to keep this between us, guys. We've got to, like, all the drivers, like, work together to keep,
Just be like-
keep the money in the
Right.
one in the one spot. Jason Plato's just come out with a book.
Oh yeah.
And I recommend anybody to read it. I heard a little bit of it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this guy is a legend.
Oh, fantastic.
Him and Schumacher getting
Oh.
into proper shenanigans.
Ralph Schumacher? Was
The
it-
Michael Schumacher.
Oh.
Michael
Oh.
proper.
Oh, wow.
proper. And I'm talking
Jeez.
like shenanigans.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just being a couple lads.
Yes.
Yes.
I do love the
There
BTCC.
we
And then for me, I'm not gonna stray too far. One thing I think that really needs it would also be IndyCar or Formula E.
IndyCar, especially this year.
Well, this year, and because it's like if what's happening with Formula One, IndyCar could backpack off of that because it's not a popular sport.
Yeah.
No.
And like there is proper driving in there,
Oh,
proper
yeah.
racing, and like everything's close. And it's people who have also been in Formula One.
Oh, yeah.
And like that's where it's like with me with Formula E is that the racing is so close. Like Sam Bird, like that dude's just a fucking torpedo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like he doesn't care who's there. He'll run them off.
Yeah.
Well, all those guys
the
were trying to
Romeo.
get to F1 and
Oh, yeah.
couldn't, and so they're still trying to showcase.
Exactly.
So they got something.
Um,
yeah.
And drivers will be drivers wherever they go.
Yeah. And I think IndyCar would be great
I agree with that.
this year because Penske buying
Everything.
the series,
Yeah.
and then just like with the 500 saying, "Oh yeah, another $5 million to the winner,
Yeah.
another $5 million to the pot,"
Which is
and
what brought Alonso back.
and then go.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be fun watching him not get that money, but
Yeah, how's McLaren going to screw this one up?
and then also going back to the 4-lap average qualifying instead of just the go out and do one lap.
One lap.
Yeah.
I agree, though.
Oh, yeah.
We can't let IndyCar struggle like it does. I mean,
No.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It was like back in your day, right? Your parents watched it.
Oh, dude.
It was the biggest thing
the
on the holiday.
Unser name was just
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
famous as freaking Earnhardt in my house. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I knew
Dude,
Al
it
Unser
was-
Jr. I knew his dad. I knew that's
right.
Fittipaldi. Emerson
Right.
Fittipaldi
Oh,
was my
yeah.
guy.
Oh yeah.
That's who I cheered for.
And
I
it's
loved
just sad
Emma.
to see that it's just kind of on the wayside, and it just makes me sad that
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it's not as.
I think it's gained a little steam over the last
yeah.
few
A little
years.
bit.
I
Yeah.
think Alonso doing Indy helped to try
I
to
think-
expand the audience, but then also Alexander Rossi going there,
Yeah.
bringing back some of that fan base. I think you're right. It's not where it should be at all. Nowhere near as close. And I agree with you as well. But I think they could ride this momentum that they're on right now with a series like this. I have very strong opinions about Formula E. I hate it. I want it to die and burn in hell. I think it's total shit. But I get the racing. I have watched, even though I say I've never watched.
Watched?
I've watched parts of race. And the racing is good because, like, they're in pretty equal cars.
Yeah,
right?
everything's equal.
The thing I hate about it is the push to pass, the fan vote bullshit thing. Yeah. That's just, like, the dumbest thing in the world that just plays into the Tesla owner base.
Yeah,
which, I can't stand. And so, I think there could be something interesting. It would really dovetail nicely into the Drive to Survive because there are so many XF1 drivers in Formula E right now. That's kind of like the catch-all where they go. So.
Well, and like the thing for me that I'm waiting for with Formula E, and like thank God with the second generation cars is that they don't do the mid-race car swap anymore.
Yeah, they're just pulling.
And now it's just a one car the whole race. But for me, I want to see it to where you can actually do the quick charge like battery packs.
Yeah.
Because like for me, like I have my whole like thing to where, like, once the electric cars can finally start getting standardized,
right,
then you'll be able to pull into something and be like a quick lube.
Yep.
Grab the cartridge of the battery, put it down, put a charge one in, and you could be on the way, just like you're filling up a car.
Yeah, I think we'll get there. It's going to take us some time. But
I
agree. I think. I don't know. I just
wish it wasn't short tracks for Formula E.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. I wish they raced on real tracks.
Well, but I think that's what's unique. Look, I'm not a fan either.
Okay.
But what I am is I'm a fan of something new.
Right.
And I love seeing. The fact is, they're taking racing to a city.
Yeah.
And that's a new fan base.
That's true.
Right? And yes, it sucks. It's stupid. The fans are stupid. The whole thing is crap.
There's no emotion in the cars because
you can't hear anything. It's just
yeah.
Well, they make slightly different sounds.
No.
But the fact they go downtown London, LA, that's huge. And I'm all for that because that's what gets our sport up there and going.
Yeah.
And I will say, I think it is doing a lot for the industry, right? Because like you before,
look at all the manufacturers jumping to Formula E right now.
Oh, that's everybody. Eventually, either Formula One goes full electric and destroys Formula E, or there's some homologation between the two. Because all the manufacturers are going there. But what I was saying is I think they are doing a lot for development for the actual product that's on the road. Like, because the early Teslas,
more than F1 now.
The early Teslas, you couldn't even do a lap without it going to limp mode because it got too hot.
Yeah.
And now, because they're racing these, I think they're translating that to the road more so than some of the other series.
Yeah, look at Travis Tidball and that stupid Model 3 blender that he's got.
Bless you, Travis Tidball.
Don't get me wrong. I love Teslas. I think they're the future. I want one to daily. I think they're awesome. But
it is hilarious that he is out there in a stripped, slicked...
Someone's doing this?
Travis Tidball, yeah.
Travis, you are a hero among men.
Travis Tidball, the man whose TT3 records will never be broken because you can't get a Corvette to TT3 anymore.
Oh, wow. And he did it in a Model 3?
No, he did. He set all his records in a Corvette, but then they changed the rules, so you can't get a Corvette into TT3.
So he's set.
It was pretty...
Yeah, but now he's
We know what you did.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, you can have this.
But he's flogging a Model 3 out on the track with slicks.
Yes.
That's rad.
It's great.
There's that dude in Texas who drag races his Model S, his P100D.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Stripped it out, and it's like it destroys anybody, anything.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And I'll say one more thing, too,
Had
kind of
some
like
bins on
when we were
those.
talking about the Drive to Survive. The one that I wish that could have had it would have been 90s WRC.
Oh,
yes.
dude.
Because there's already a Group B documentary, the Too Fast to Live.
Too Fast to Race.
Too Fast to Race. Like, that's a great documentary.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Like, 90s WRC would have been absolutely amazing. It's sad what WRC is now.
Yeah, it is.
There's 3 teams.
Yeah.
Basically, well, when Volkswagen pulled out, it was basically dead. I mean, Citroën had already pulled out by then.
Yep.
Volkswagen was owning it, and they were like, we did it. We're done.
Always, every team will price themselves out of the market.
Yeah.
They're doing it to themselves.
Yep.
Yeah, that's...
Because it'll double in price.
Yeah.
Quadruple, bigger and bigger, and then they go, this is too expensive. Yeah, no shit. You caused it.
Yeah, this is
Good job.
Yeah, this is what happens
Well
with
done.
like all of the awesome stuff that people say, I wish we could go back to that. It's like, really? Remember what happened in Group C?
Yeah.
Got way too expensive. People were trying to buy the old Porsches because they were dirt cheap to buy and run.
Yeah.
Group C.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, the World Sports Car Championship or what, like all this stuff, it's like it got way too damn expensive.
Yeah.
Like when you have people like Toyota and Nissan
Yeah.
building 2 cars because more than one technically counts as homologated.
Right.
You have Toyota saying shit like, yeah, if you pull the bladder out of the fuel cell, you could totally put a briefcase in there. Luggage capacity,
Nailed
thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, once you start doing that, then people are like, no, that we can't do this.
Yeah, I agree. Because like the '90s WR, so like Petter Solberg.
Oh,
and,
that was-
and, who was the British?
McRae.
Yeah, Colin
Colin
McRae.
McRae.
I
And
mean,
then
come on.
you have Carlos Sainz
I
Sr.
forget names when I'm on the spot.
Colin
And
McRae.
then Tommy Mikkonen.
Tommy Mackinnon, dude.
Mackinnon,
And he
sorry.
had the Evo 6 version after him. That was just the
Yeah.
beans. The
Yeah.
Mackinnon edition. That
Yeah,
thing
like
was
The
rad.
TME.
Yeah, like so many of these like hero cars that we have
Yeah.
now, it's because like
Because
some
of that racing. We
because
have
of those heroes.
the WRX,
Some
the Evo. Those exist solely because of the WRC.
Yeah.
some crazy loons from some very cold and unfriendly place.
Yeah.
Sweden, Denmark, Scotland, whatever.
Oh man.
Just being like, yes,
Spain.
I know how to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, full send on a dirt road lined by trees? Sure.
Yeah, and then,
I'm in.
And then Carlos Sainz Sr. from like a paradise comparatively.
Oh, my
Like,
gosh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just chilling in Mallorcas.
yeah.
I did see that episode. That was great.
That was great. One of my notes is Carlos Sainz is probably the driver I want to hang out with most.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That dude's. That's.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, his sisters are pretty attractive too.
Hey.
So. Hey, Carlos, I'm married, but hook me up. Just kidding, babe.
Anyway, let's.
I'll move to Mallorca. I'm down with that.
There
Yeah.
we go. All right. Well, let's talk about some F1 testing because that thing just wrapped up.
It did.
Yes, it did.
Hey, I wish there was more testing. I think that's
Yeah.
the dumbest rule in the world.
They cut it short this year. They cut it short this year strictly because there are 22 races,
Oh, that's right.
and mid-season testing is also cut as well.
Well, Shanghai's been delayed and probably won't happen. So there's 21 races, and who knows what else may fall off the calendar.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard that they're going to do one more race here in Utah.
Yes, there it is. They did. I remember before Austin,
Yeah.
they came to Miller. Like,
Oh.
they looked at Miller. I heard rumors about this.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and
I
Bernie
didn't hear
said,
that
"Why
rumor."
would we go to Utah? There's one 5-star hotel and you can't drink.
Yeah, right.
There's
Well-
nowhere to drink."
Well, I'm sorry, Bernie.
Yeah, you douche. You've ever been to Park City?
Yeah.
How is he still alive, by the way? Pure
Money.
evil, that's how.
When you eat babies.
Yeah, when you are
How it
pure
works.
evil
Whoa.
incarnate. When
Oh.
you're Satan himself
is
walking
he-
the earth.
He's part of that clan, is he?
Ber-
The eating
I'm
babies
sure.
clan.
Yeah, Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but it was a great test session.
yeah.
If you're a certain fan of a certain team, which
Listen.
by the way, okay, I wanted to ask this at the beginning of the show.
Okay. Yeah.
Can we identify our affiliations? Because I don't know, Pumpkin, who you cheer for. I have an idea, James, who you cheer for, but I don't want to put words in your mouth. Can we say that? Who
Yeah.
who our team is and our driver? Because you could have a different team and a driver.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Go, Pumpkin.
Lewis Hamilton,
Excellent.
and then McLaren.
Okay. Ooh, I like it. Okay. Die Hard Ferrari, Tifosi to the death. Freaking get rid of freaking Where's Waldo? I hate that guy. He's been there for, 24 years?
Mattia Bonato, who does not have Netflix.
Yeah, and of those, yeah, I know, and yet he agreed, to do the series.
Yeah.
So you've never seen season 1? No.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't have Netflix.
No.
And then also everybody but Valtteri not knowing how to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mercedes, even Toto Wolff,
Yeah.
How
our
do you
team
say it?
principal,
How do you
and
say
in
it?
German, Austin the Hoppelachen. How do we say it? Yeah, I don't speak German.
Lewis just getting out there and trying his best.
He's like,
What
how
the
do we
fuck
supposed
you
to say it? The AMG Performance
A-
Patronus.
AMG Mercedes.
It sounded like a
How?
spell from Harry Potter by
Yeah.
the time they finished. Anyways, Ferrari. Love Ferrari to death. We'll always love Ferrari.
Okay.
Even though they hurt me so. Especially they did in preseason testing. We'll talk about that.
Stab.
And then I, too, am a Lewis Hamilton fan, which is a contradiction of terms, being a Ferrari fan
Yes.
and a Lewis Hamilton. But I promise you, before he retires, he will race in red.
He will.
And probably 2021.
All right.
Oh, that was a mic drop.
Ooh.
Mic drop.
Wow.
Ooh.
Because has he signed an agreement with Mercedes yet? Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
And
Yeah.
I think we'll get to that. Okay, sorry. James, go.
I'm a Hamilton fan.
Yes.
I don't really have a favorite team. I can watch and affiliate with pretty much every team, and so yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't have one. I've been watching this ever since I was like a baby. So
So you've
Well,
seen
I've done.
all of the teams.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like this was on in my house when I was a baby.
Yeah.
that's rad.
Constant.
See, I didn't come into it till the 2000s. So, like,
Yeah.
the Schumacher era was when I got into my own. Dear leader.
Those good old days. Team, also McLaren. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. And then, I mean, like, I know he has to defeat his current teammate
Mm.
to finally take over the role of guy you remember back when he was nice but is now 10 kinds of a dick?
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Once you get to the Ferrari episode, it's going to make sense.
He's the future.
Yeah.
I love that they finally made that investment.
I love that they made that investment, but I'd hate that he still has to be there with Seb.
Not for long.
Yeah.
So after that episode, I showed Kate, my fiance, the actual pay difference between Leclerc
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
and
that's
Vettel. Vettel's $37 million.
Yeah.
Leclerc's $4.
Yeah.
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 Like that's
He's a rookie.
really-
you got him on the rookie deal. Like that's
But he outperformed all the clauses he had in there. So I think when he comes renegotiation time, he's in the catbird seat, especially when Vettel leaves after this year, which is happening.
yeah.
So.
Although
Zach!
You mean Rubens?
Zing.
You might hate me on this one.
Okay. Well,
Red Bull,
okay. I dig it.
Yeah.
I like Red Bull.
Yeah.
Max.
I actually like Max.
Max.
I dig it.
I started liking Max when he first started racing because I could identify with him.
Aggressive.
He was
Hyper
Young and
aggressive.
aggressive.
he's a young
And
kid.
unapologetic.
Hyper aggressive, too dumb to know what's good for him. I
and
can see.
unapologetic.
I remember there was a video with him. He was taking his dad around. I think it was Monaco, but he was taking his dad around Monaco in like the hatchback. I can't remember what it was. And like he didn't have his driver's license.
Probably
yet
a
either.
Renault or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he
The
could,
Clio series.
Yeah.
so he didn't have a driver's license, but he was still driving his dad around. His dad made a comment of like, "This is weird because you can't legally drive."
Yeah.
And you're
Here he is piloting a $40 million car.
Yeah.
Hey.
yeah.
Zing. Good
Yep.
choices. Good teams.
Interesting.
For me, I
I-
should
no, I'll
actually
take it
technically
back.
be Jordan because I've actually rode in a Jordan F1 car.
What is Jordan now? Is that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, you remember
The
the
three-seater
The
or the-
three-seater.
Yeah, yeah.
Off to the pods
Yeah,
off to
yeah.
the side. I won that at SEMA
What?
for setting the fastest lap time at Pirelli. He has
Yeah.
picture proof of it.
Who
Nice.
drove it?
Didier Theus.
Didier.
Yeah.
Where,
Wow.
what track was that? Did they take you out to
Coda?
Vegas?
The exotic racing track.
Oh yeah, out of the
Oh,
Vegas.
wow.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and so for me, like I got it for free, and like the whole time I'm like, this is bullshit. This isn't going to happen.
Right.
And then everyone else keeps going, and then they're like, oh, we're going to take a break, and there's like 2 people left. Well, 3 people left. Then the 2 people in front of me go, and then I'm the last one.
Yeah.
And like at that point, I'm 275, and it's like there's no one else. You don't want that much weight off onto one
Right.
side.
Yeah.
So they're like, we have to find someone close in size, but it's now 9 o'clock, so
Right.
it's nighttime. They have the circuit lit up, and they're like, they just went and grabbed like 115-pound girl, and like threw her in the
other
left
side?
side, and like they're like, all right, go. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Sweet.
Dude.
So yeah, at nighttime.
In an
out of
F1
the-
car.
F1 car.
Is that the V10 era
Yeah.
in the engine there?
Yeah,
back
they had a Judd V10 in there.
What? The
Nice.
screamers.
Dude.
Oh, dude.
Tell me
that's
about that
rad.
experience. Like, how was it? What did you think?
Well, the thing that's very kind of hard to explain is like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It was just like what you see it on TV and kind of like how it goes, because acceleration's one thing and like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fun and all, but when you're coming up and you're hitting that 50-foot board and you're
And you
just
go
like
to the
you're
brakes?
Like,
you're
where's the brakes?
What's this dude doing? And all of a sudden it's just stand still and then it goes straight through the corner and you're just like, How is this possible?
Yeah.
And you just experienced a full lateral G, probably, or 2.
it was they had it on there as a 3.5 lateral.
Good
Yeah, I was
lord.
gonna say it should have been. It should
Holy
have been like
poop.
3.5
Oof.
people. Yeah.
That's code brown right there. That's some G-force.
And then under braking would have been maybe even more than that.
yeah, your head's
Yeah,
like.
because full force, like straight forward, especially. Like,
And Jordan would have been the best team to friggin' drive for back in the day too.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was like the proper Playboy
With the
team.
V10.
You know, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, it was,
Is that where Schumacher started? Was Jordan? No.
He was supposed to.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he was supposed to sign there. And where did he end up? What did he? Was it Benetton? In
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
end?
it was
Benetton,
Benetton.
yeah.
And
He
then
did.
And then Ferrari.
they switched over. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did one race for Jordan.
Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
And that was in Spa.
Dude, that's
What-
awesome.
Was it Spa? And then they got him after Spa because I know he wasn't under contract.
he
and then
wasn't
he
under
pissed
contract.
off Jordan.
Yeah, because
Eddie-
he had an attitude.
Eddie was. Eddie was.
Well,
I was
Eddie.
about to say that. See,
Well, we see
somebody
that-
pissed off Eddie Jordan. You don't
What?
say.
Whoa, we don't see that every Sunday on the commentary.
Yeah, I want to say that he signed him up and then he switched to Benetton like right after.
Yep.
He lost the contract and everything. Yeah. That's cool, man.
That is rad.
Yeah, I'll show you the video that I have.
yeah,
of
that's
me
sick.
after this.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right. No, I just remember me and Pumpkin. We both went to do the laps
Yeah.
He threw down a flyer.
Nice.
I was just happy to be there.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was. It took me a minute to fully grasp because when I do like racing games, I usually do like sports car stuff.
Yeah.
It was only until very recently, when people are just like, well, we'll just start throwing in like F3 and GP2 cars. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
hammer down until you need to not be hammer down.
Yeah.
Because the faster you go, the more you stick.
And that's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah,
That's true.
there are no assists on it. It was all manual.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Rad.
Yeah.
I hope Formula One continues the trend of taking away driver aids and getting back to this. I mean, we'll never get to the amazing song that those engines produced. I'm sorry, the V6s sound like crap.
Yeah.
If they let them rev all the way to the red line, I think they could sound good.
Yeah, they could. I agree.
But if you're shifting at 12 instead of 15.5,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think those go to 18. I mean, the V8s, and they go to the 19. I mean,
V8s were 19, but the
10s.
the rev limit on the 6 is 15.5.
15.5. Well, anyways, I think Ferrari could have benefited from that Jordan V10 after this 2 weeks of
yes.
testing. This is
They
not
were
good. Because if we remember last year, everybody's like, oh my gosh, Ferrari's done it. They figured it out.
They've cracked the code.
They are the fastest team by far, setting all the
Please stop
records,
playing.
looking
Yes.
good, putting down tons of laps. This year, not so much.
No, not.
And we saw this coming too. There was reports in the Italian tabloids, which obviously follow the Formula One Ferrari race team like freaking
Like
flies on
nobody's
crap.
business, yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, there's talk and rumors that they're not happy with the car, and it's
Yeah.
nowhere near where it should be. And we saw
And
that
it's- Yeah.
in the testing. And
I wanted to ask this.
Okay.
Sorry. Is any F1 team ever happy with their car? Because watching the first 3 episodes,
well,
everyone says,
if
"Oh,
you-
we're not happy with the pace. Oh, we could be better with pace."
if you watch
Oh,
the preseason
if you're not
testing
winning, are you happy?
interview with, and get this, the Force India, which is now Racing
Racing
Point.
Point.
Racing Point.
Racing Point, soon to be Aston Martin F1.
Yeah, both drivers, Lance Stroll and Checo, ear-to-ear smiles. And then the
Yeah.
freaking race engineer.
Because they copied the
Yeah, like when
W10
you-
from last year.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you photocopy the championship-winning car.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. They put a ton of laps in, and they actually set some amazingly fast times. But, I mean, they're like, there's talk now of them moving beyond the mid-pack and actually challenging Ferrari. They may be faster than Ferrari.
So I'm not convinced that. Here's how I think about it. When Ferrari showed up at the end of testing last year,
Yeah.
they were like on point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it made them look so stupid throughout the year because they didn't perform. And the reality is they had a car
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
and they screwed up.
Yeah.
So
And Ferrari.
They did
fashion.
what Ferrari does.
Mercedes believe they're sandbagging.
You think so?
Yeah, right now Mercedes came out at the end of the testing and saying that they
Ferrari.
believe Ferrari is sandbagging.
Yep.
This
Yeah.
would be the best sandbagging job of
without
the
doubt.
century.
Well, even better that then Ferrari said that this Racing Point is a threat to us.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
are we playing a game here? What are we
Right.
playing? Where are we at?
Yeah.
I just don't see Binotto as a Binotto.
Bonotto.
You say Binotto, I say Binotto. Whatever. I just don't see him as a theatrical person. Like, he's very matter of fact in everything he does, and also has that air of arrogance where you can tell he's like he knows something.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
time, I feel like he's actually being honest. Like, we don't have the pace that we want right now. So
Yeah.
I hope you're right,
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
because you're right. Last year they didn't win the first 5 races.
they looked stupid.
But that was because of their own fault. They botched some pits. They had wrong tire
Legitimately,
strategy.
They looked like rookies.
Yeah, their
throughout the
strategy
year.
was horrible.
Ruben spinning out all the time.
Oh,
That's what
yeah,
it's called.
Vettel.
Yeah.
Vettel. Jeez,
I
that's
like it.
that's a story in its own right. I think
Yeah.
if Vettel doesn't come back to his Red Bull self this year, he's gone.
It's because Red Bull helped Vettel get that.
Oh, yeah. Well,
There's no way. Like he is talented, but that car was so damn good.
oh,
yeah.
so good.
Well,
and,
Adrian
and Weber
Newey.
was just the test mule for
Yeah.
Vettel. And that
Yeah.
was my opinion.
I agree.
Well, yeah,
with that.
that's one of the things. Like, you can like point to any like of these more recent eras and be like, yeah,
Yeah.
that was the era. This was the car. So
Here-
like when we look back at this V6 turbo hybrid thing, we're gonna be like, yeah, the Mercedes was the jam. Like
Yeah.
everybody else was there, but Mercedes was it.
How did McLaren do? I didn't really follow. I think they got a lot of laps.
Yeah,
right?
they got a lot
Yeah,
of laps.
they got a lot,
yeah.
I think I would love. I think they could steal a podium this year. I think.
Oh, yeah,
I
very-
could see Lando in the 2nd or 3rd position when Valtteri and Hamilton get into each other in Suzuka.
Yeah,
That's
so
gonna happen again.
yeah, so it's really looking like the midfield is going to be quite something
Yeah.
because you have Racing Point with the pink Mercedes.
Yeah.
You have McLaren developing a strong car, and the cars
That performed last year.
yeah, and the
did really
drivers
well.
getting more comfortable with the car.
And yeah, pushing,
Yeah, and then you have Renault,
which
Showing-
needs to get their shit together.
and it looks like they.
They're going to be this year's Haas.
Oh God, I hope not.
And I hope that Haas is
Well,
2
look,
years
yeah,
ago Haas.
well,
I would
'cause,
love to see
like,
Haas back
The
in the
Renault testing was just abysmal.
Yeah, it didn't look good, did it?
Yeah,
No.
well-
Here's my thought.
And I
on-
don't like the all black.
No, I don't like it
I
either.
just love Ricardo. I think he's such a cool
Oh, yeah.
guy, and it's
Yeah.
just sucky to see him
Yeah,
sucking in the back.
Yeah.
but he's cashing checks.
Oh, yeah.
So-
I don't think he can take it mentally.
No.
I don't. I think.
Oh, he's out after this
yeah,
year.
I think
Yeah.
if he doesn't get into a good car,
Here's
into next year, it's
Yeah.
gonna ruin him.
I don't know where he goes. I mean, Ferrari would be awesome, but Leclerc's the future. So I
Yeah.
think they reinvest in youth.
Yeah,
when,
like
when Vettel
he's-
leaves, because
like-
Vettel's out. Like, there's no way in hell Vettel's going beyond this year. At
Yeah,
Ferrari.
no.
He'll go back to Williams.
Yeah, no, he asked to go back to Red Bull. He was like, "Yo, is there any chance I can go back to?" He said this to Christian Horner. You know, and
So-
that door's closed. So that's gone. What was I going to say? I was going to say something about something. Anyways, whatever.
Someone exiting at the end of this year.
Yeah, that's just
No,
Vettel.
okay.
No,
Yeah.
no, Vettel. He needs to go.
Yeah.
Unless
So-
he can find the spark he had under that. Oh, I was going to say, so with Lewis Hamilton, oh, yeah, this is what I was going to say. It was about exiting. Do you think Renault stays beyond 2021
Ooh.
as a team, as a full team? And also, do you think Mercedes stays at the end of 21?
Merce-
They're laying off. Mercedes is laying off 15,000 employees worldwide because they have not hit their numbers as a company this year. And their stock is obviously taking a hit because of it. And so their CEO has come out and said, we are defunding non-ROI ventures. And the gleaming, like the glaring
The big thing
spot
for everybody is a racing program.
is the Formula One team, which costs $500 million,
Something like
roughly,
that. Yeah.
to run as they are.
And that's
But they also signed that new premier sponsor. So
Yeah.
it used to just be Petronas, and now there's that Eunice, or whatever it is.
whatever it is.
And I think that has floated the team for the next 3 or 4 years. I think that sponsorship saved the team because there's the rumors that Lance Stroll, the senior, was trying to buy them with Aston Martin
Yeah.
because Mercedes wanted to pull out. Like they did, they just want to be an engine supplier and not a team. So I think Mercedes eventually will be gone as a team, as a constructor, within the next 4 to 5 years. And I think if Renault keeps going down this Carlos Ghosn bullshit that they're having to deal with, I think they just won't have the funding as a company to actually invest in
they're-
Formula One anymore.
Yeah, they're like this is definitely a make or break
Yeah,
year for them because if they don't improve or if they go back,
yeah,
then I mean, the French government, they have a big say in what Renault does. They're like, why are we doing this?
yeah. They own 20% of the company.
Yeah, so
I
they're-
just can't imagine Renault walking away looking stupid like they are.
Right.
I just don't think the French could do it, and it would suck, man. I mean, if they pull out and Mercedes,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
you've got Formula E,
yeah, no,
that's true.
yeah,
right? So
That's true.
So that sucks.
yeah, like you wind
I
up.
might have a chance in F1 again, even at at whatever age I am.
There
Yeah,
it is.
of age, of your age,
Yeah. Stick
Hey,
me
you-
in, coach.
You have the height.
Yeah,
and the talent.
there it is.
That's my big stop. Is I just don't have the height to do it. Like I got all the skill. I just can't fit in those cars.
Yeah, you have the reverse issue of height.
Yeah.
You're too tall.
If I was able to fit, you can fit.
Yeah,
there
For
we go.
me, like I don't only just see like the cars coming out. I do see the way of what Formula One is or was ending soon.
yeah,
Is because at that point there's no more full technology to gain from Formula One to what it gave to the automotive world that it used to. And then talking about the ROI is like the only technology that they're able to grab right now is the regenerative battery power.
yeah. Kers and Ers.
Yeah, and the turbo system,
Yeah,
and that's about it. Like, there's nothing else that they can really grab from Formula One anymore.
right.
I think 2021 rules will solve a lot of this stuff.
That's
with,
true.
With,
Oh,
with
yeah.
the budgets, like for
Oh,
me,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's where I hope that does help.
Yeah, I think
like
it
not
will.
even if it's just for the lower teams. I just think it helps with the overt spending that.
I
So
everyone-
think,
what-
it-
what
I
are the
think
budgets?
it'll
Explain them
hold.
to
Oh
me.
yeah, we need to explain to Zach the 2021
Yo.
the budgets and everything.
Well, like top line rules. So they moved to an 18-inch wheel.
Yeah, that's actually weird to look at when I saw that test.
Yeah.
I actually kind of dig it, and I
Yeah.
think it makes it more, to your point, Pumpkin, more real world applicable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can't even buy a car new with a 14-inch wheel anymore.
Yeah,
that
which
does not exist.
You're right.
Yeah, like that's
Right.
another
A
reason why.
base Corolla is a 16-inch wheel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, or
And-
15.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why NASCAR is going away from those diamond steelies.
Yeah, and going to 18-inch wheels.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact numbers, but do you know numbers?
The caps.
Not off the top of my head, but it is a hard cap.
Yeah.
Like,
250 million.
yeah. So, like,
250.
I
So
know,
that's
right?
a third of what Ferrari usually spends.
Well,
Yeah,
and like the thing that I'm curious about is that what kind of shenanigans are going to be happening? Like
Oh,
say
yeah.
with Lemons, is like, is there going to be a BS factor? Because how are these teams going to perform this well? And it goes like, oh, it's a gift from this company.
yeah.
Oh,
like,
right.
like,
so
I kinda
I-
see, like, a
Shenanigans will
loophole.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's weird to me hearing like there's going to be a budget cap because I see it. I see both sides. Like I understand that brings lower teams closer to the playing field, but then also like look back into like the Group B, which I realize isn't even comparable, but like Audi ran away with their money, Lancia ran away with their money,
Yeah.
Ferrari ran with their money, Porsche built
Well-
a fucking 959 to compete.
well, yeah, like the Group B days, like Renault and Peugeot and like these teams that also had an F1 team,
Yeah.
they were spending more on Group B than they were on their
Yeah.
F1 team.
And
Yeah.
we got some of the greatest cars and some of the greatest racing ever. Like if you ask somebody what's the top 3 greatest racing series, F1, Group B, and then some bullshit is going to be the top 3 answers.
Yeah.
F1 Group B, my drunken idiot friends on pit bikes.
Yeah.
Do you know what? That's number 1 for me.
Okay.
You gotta flop that.
There we
back
go.
around. But no, it's like I see both sides. Like it brings the field closer, and that means we're going to have better racing.
Yeah,
But will it stifle progression? Like,
Yeah.
will it stifle evolution?
Are
And
we
to your
not-
point, will it stifle like the actual application and testing for road cars? Like,
yeah. Well,
I don't. I think that we have to have a change
yeah, I agree.
because
been
the
going on
average
way too
the
long.
average
Oh, yeah.
the average fan is like, I'm not going to watch TV because Mercedes is going to win again.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how it's going to be this season. Let's be honest.
So that can't happen for the enthusiasts like us.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
yeah.
Right? But we should for
You can understand everything else. You're just like, cool.
Yeah, right. I get this, but it has to change. But how I think it happen. So let's say that the cost caps come in, which is good. So let's say it's hard and there's no way to make that work. There's still the bottom end teams are going to struggle coming with that kind of cash anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is how I read it. Is that, let's say Mercedes designed, because everything's designed by them, right? The pedal
Yeah.
box, the steering wheels, everything. I believe all of that information has to go up on what they call the open source. So now, how I read it was that the lower teams can actually go into those and say, okay, they made this wheel this way.
Right.
I can now use that on my CNC machine and I don't have to design it again
Right.
and then use those kinds of parts.
I think you can also then now that you have this schematic, you can reverse engineer it and
Right.
build something that's better for your team or
Correct.
better to your interpretation of the rules.
But then you start at the baseline
But
of the better
when
team.
it's talked about, when it comes to like loopholes in there, right? So Ross Brawn, the man,
yeah.
he's like the king of loopholes.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
The double-decker diffuser.
Yeah.
That's him.
won
Yeah.
more champions than anyone
Yeah, oh, yeah.
put together.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And he's saying we need to stop that because it's exploiting the sport and we're losing guys. So I believe, again, the idea is, let's say that Mercedes come up with this DAS deal, right?
right.
Great, it works. I think they have like 3 races before they have to put that information
And
on the
share it
open
with
source and go,
everyone
okay,
else.
this is what we're doing.
That's awesome.
And so
Yeah.
that could help with the costs. It could help with closing the gap. I don't think it's going to actually, make it so we're all within a tenth, right? But I think it gives somewhat of a fighting chance for Williams,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for Renault.
Yeah.
And,
Not to be lapped on lap 10.
yeah.
Well, that answers my question too, because then that encourages Mercedes to continue to evolve that piece, right? Because if they know they have to share it, everybody's going to have it. How do we make it better? Well,
Next
we'll
step.
have it for
Next
a 3-race
Yeah.
benefit, right? I love that. I think that's true. I think that continues the evolution and the
Is that
the
how you
progression.
understand it,
I
or
think,
how you saw
it's
it?
something like that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like it's
I didn't know that part was
Yeah.
part of it. That makes it so much better.
Yeah, like it's one of those things. Like,
So they're going to be working on step 1,
Yeah.
and they're already step 5 ahead of the game.
Exactly. Which they they dropped on us in preseason testing with the
Yeah.
DAS, I think. But now everybody can have that after 3 races, and so it's just like
well,
Mercedes.
2021, right?
Well, yeah.
So this year's
Yeah.
going to be what it's going to be.
So here's my thought on Ferrari.
oh.
Because how badly they've performed, and if they aren't sandbagging, which I don't think they are, I hope you're right that they are, I think they're pulling a Mercedes. Because you remember Mercedes in the V8 era? They sucked.
2013 is
They
when they started developing
sucked.
the 2014.
Exactly. And I think that's what Ferrari started doing towards the end of last year. They're
It'd
like,
be
hey,
smart.
let's throw this away. Let's focus on the 2021 and come guns blazing with the new format and new everything. And just let's abandon 2020 as a year. Basically, they just brought the 2019 car with a new front wing and maybe a couple of their side pod wings that they added and stuff. But
Well, that's why there's a joke that it was just a copy paste.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so it's like, I hope that's what they're doing because that's what Mercedes did. Like when Schumacher unfortunately was there, he never performed. He never had the car to perform to his level. Even when Nico Rosberg was outperforming him, like Nico wasn't winning races like he should have, like they did in the Turbo
wouldn't
era.
it have been interesting to
Oh.
have seen Schumacher with the car that Hamilton had? I just
Oh,
wonder
yeah.
what that would have looked like.
He would have been-
Would it have been, or would it have been? I don't know, but that would have been interesting to see.
Absolutely. I
Would've
think he would have got his
Yeah.
6th and 7th.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe his 8th.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think so.
For me, the one thing that I actually am kind of excited to see how it works out with the 2021 regulation is the drafting.
Oh,
to
yeah,
where
the
to where
closeness.
to where they said
Yeah.
that they got rid of about
Oh, that's
90% of the air when
Yeah.
you're within a second,
Yeah.
to where it will be like legit drafting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they actually designed the damn car so that it would disrupt the car behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
that
exactly.
was part of the deal. Like,
Yeah.
okay, how do we make it to screw them up?
Send all the air up so they have no downforce.
So now that's I agree that could be.
Yeah.
I'm
huge.
really curious because, again, for me, I think DRS is one of the cheapest tricks in the book.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it-
no,
it-
that was-
it's cheap as hell.
It's
Yeah.
stupid.
It's like the fan pass.
I have
push
a
the
hard
pass
time with
button.
it. Oh, within a second, push the button, and it's like, come on, man. Like,
You get 12 miles per gallon.
I
miles per
can
hour.
tell you, if you're a true driver, you don't want that either.
No,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, you want
Right? You want
wanna-
to do it on your merit, and
Yeah.
you want to be the guy that's like the stupidest guy on the brakes late,
Yeah.
and you might just hit someone,
Yeah.
and you want to be that guy. You don't want to be the guy pushing a button.
You
Well,
just
you-
you just described Daniel Ricciardo. You lick the stamp and you send it.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
because you hear the drivers bitch about it as they're getting passed, and they're just like fucking DRS.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
Kimmy
as they're just getting
especially.
passed, they're just like,
What is the shit? DRS shit. I can't do it.
How are we doing on time?
Oh,
Sorry.
Looks
all
like
right.
Looks like we're
Sorry.
horrifically over on my
We got-
watch.
I was gonna say one more
yeah, we're a
thing.
little bit over, but
This adds to my thought of Hamilton racing in red at some point because of like if you think of Hamilton's career, has he ever been in a bad car?
No.
Never. He has
No?
never been in
No.
a bad car. He's always
No.
been in the car that's
I
either
think
number
the
one.
the 2013.
I think the
Mercedes.
Mercedes kind of sucked for a little bit. They weren't. I mean, sucked meaning that they were 5th and 6th
Right.
yeah.
at one stage, 8th
Yeah.
But he
every
was-
now and then, and
Yeah,
you
but he
know.
was never in like a dog of a
He
car.
was-
Yeah, but he was
never-
never there in the V8 era. He came in the turbo era.
2013.
Yeah, 2013.
Was he there in the
yeah,
V8
yeah,
era?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
so
bold move.
he signed the contract after the McLaren failed on him in Singapore.
Oh, I see.
You'll probably remember the scene of him just walking away, turns around, looks at the car, drops his head, and turns back around and walks off the track.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because McLaren failed Hamilton that year,
Ah.
like majorly.
See, I forgot. I forgot he was there in the V8. I thought he didn't join until the turbo era because
No,
I thought
he
Niki
was-
Lauda was like, "Hey, we've been developing this car for a year. We suck now, but it's gonna be amazing," and that's what brought him there.
No, he was there when it was good racing and sounding good. Alonso was there. That was a good era there. I mean, straight out of GP2, the guy was quick.
Well, that
But he's
McLaren, but
never cut it-
Mercedes.
He's never cut himself on in a Minardi like
Yeah.
Alonso did.
Yeah.
And so
you know,
I think
so
that adds
straight
credence
to the
to
top.
my thought
Yeah.
that Ferrari is doubling down on 2021 and the new regs and the new car. And I think Hamilton, I think he's done what he wanted to do with Mercedes. And every driver wants to win a championship with Ferrari, and I think that might be his opportunity.
I think that what was very interesting the end of last year was having Ferrari, specifically that dude,
Yeah,
complement
Matthias Binotto.
Hamilton.
Yes.
And even he was like, never had that ever.
Yeah.
That's never come my way from them ever.
Yeah.
So that could be I don't know, branch, who knows.
That could be.
I
Reading
hope
the
so.
tea leaves.
Oh, I hope so. It'd be so amazing.
Yep. Well,
My worlds would combine. Anyway, sorry.
it's all right. Yeah, well, it's been a hell of an F1
fuck up.
discussion.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
So
up.
No.
if you watch this season, it's going to be a Mercedes 1-2 for basically, I think, the first half of the season.
I want to see them win every single race just so they could have that record.
I want to see Red Bull win.
And,
Like,
and that's the only reason why. I hate it. I hate that. I do not want Mercedes to win every single race, but just to see
Wait,
it
they
happen.
got
Just to
2
see
years
it.
ago. They got close.
Yeah,
Yep.
2 years
because of
ago.
Spain.
Here's the deal. It's all bullshit until race 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
you just don't know.
Yep.
I mean, that year McLaren came in with Mika Hakkinen and David Coulthard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
destroyed everyone by
Yeah.
like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? And so you just don't know what's going to happen, and that's the
Yep.
that's the fun part of it.
That's true.
And,
So what we learned from this? Testing is bullshit.
I mean, I hate saying
So
it, but
true.
it's bullshit.
yeah, no, yeah.
I mean,
test-
what do we know about this game? We don't know when they pull that wheel back.
We
don't-
What's that gain going to
Wheels
be?
fall off.
we
Wheels
don't know if
just
it's going
fall
to survive a Parc Fermé.
Yeah.
Right,
challenge.
Right, because I think they're
It's
saying
the
that
F1
when it goes in and out, it's actually adjusting the height, and if it adjusts the heights, it's done.
Yeah.
It can't do that. So
So,
Yeah, that's true.
so there we go.
The wheels fall off. That's Toro Rosso circa
Oh,
3
yeah,
years
sorry,
ago.
sorry.
Remember that
Zing.
under braking. Yeah.
Yeah, so there we go. We've managed to prove that testing is utterly meaningless. You need to be watching Drive to Survive Season 2.
Now,
Yes.
and
like,
in a couple
stop
of
now and go watch it.
Yep.
Yes.
And in 2 weeks, you need to be watching Australian Grand Prix.
dude, I
Melbourne.
can't wait. I
Are we coming
cannot
to your house
wait.
to do it?
Yeah, should we do a viewing party?
I will be there.
Let's do it.
Okay.
We'll get the queue.
Lastly, Lonzo's bullshit.
It's
Oh, yeah.
total bullshit.
Yeah, Alonso's not going to win the 500.
He,
this is not
he
happening.
Is, he is drama every. He wants to come back to F1.
He's
Yeah.
been the worst driver from a mechanical, bringing the team along. I've never seen anybody
He's
that suffers so bad in every team he's been.
But
to.
how does he get away at Renault? They cheated so he could win, but nothing happened to him. But yet PK Jr. gets the penalty.
Golden balls, man?
And then
Yep.
he was
Yep.
the one behind the Ferrari McLaren cheating scandal. He was the narc who called him out on that. And so McLaren lost all their manufacturer championship points because of freaking Alonso. And then he burned the bridge at Ferrari because he said the car was shit, which you cannot do.
Yep.
And
even
he
if
did.
it's true.
And Honda.
And Honda. And he burned the bridge with the GP2 engine statement or GP3. What did he say?
GP2.
That was
GP2.
so funny.
Yeah.
And yet, everybody loves him and thinks he's this great guy. I see everywhere he goes, he brings a shitstorm of just the worstness of everything. And
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
want to see him
understand it.
back in F1.
No.
I think if he came back, I would love to see him on Lewis Hamilton's team in the same car and just get his ass handed to him like he did in 2007.
I mean, if he really wants to talk about a GP2 engine, I would love to see him actually do a full season of IndyCar because the current IndyCar is comparable, like, speed-wise to an F2 car.
Yeah.
He
So-
wouldn't last 5 seconds
No.
on those racetracks. He'd be like, it's too
Absolutely.
bumpy. It's too bumpy.
Yeah.
It's unsafe. He
Have you
wouldn't last
seen
2
Portland?
seconds.
It looks like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
when
a
they go to
great
when they
race.
go to Detroit and it's
Yeah.
on the roads.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. He'd
yeah.
be like, what is this? This
Well,
is
and
beneath me.
in Baltimore, like 4 years ago, remember
Oh,
they had
God.
to call the race
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
because too many cars were just hitting the bumps and flying off to the side.
Yeah. So good.
All right,
Anyways.
guys. Well, we need to land this plane. Guys, thank you for joining us. It was really awesome to do this.
Sorry.
Appreciate it.
Long-winded when I talk Formula One.
It's all right.
I love it too, man.
That's kind of what I was planning on happening, so that's why I only put 2 news items in there, and there are
Did
no
we
shenanigans.
hit all the key points?
Yeah, did
Yes,
we?
we did.
Okay, Mercedes fast, Ferrari maybe sandbagging.
Ferrari maybe sandbagging.
Red Bull,
Midfield,
watch
watch
out.
it.
And what?
Williams.
Can we talk about the special C4 tire that's built specifically for Zandvoort?
Yes, they're not going to have a repeat of 2005 at Indy.
Yep.
Are
Hell
they?
no.
They're building a special
Yeah,
tile.
it's
Yes,
a specific tire built for the banks.
Really?
Yeah, that was one of the
Awesome.
prototype tires that they had at testing.
Oh, rad.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So-
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
I had to touch on that.
it's
I
all right.
didn't know
Yeah,
that
no.
was awesome. That's a good point. Thanks, Pumpkin.
That's a very important thing because, yeah, they don't want to repeat of that U.S. Grand Prix.
Yeah.
I got one thing.
Okay, one thing real quick.
Toro Rosso,
Uh-oh.
Al-
2 drivers.
Yeah.
AlphaTauri.
Who are they?
Here.
It's Kvyat and Gasly.
Yeah, Kvyat and
I
Gasly.
wish I wanted to hug Gasly.
All right.
Oh, yeah, after
I
that.
just want to say, Gasly, if you ever listen to this cast, we love you, buddy, and we hope
Yeah.
that you have a good year this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I
I feel
think so.
sorry for that guy.
Like, that
And he
was...
did well at the second half of the season in the,
Yeah,
in
that
the
was-
Toro Rosso.
no,
Well,
I just
and then in Brazil, second place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best middle finger you can
That
give.
was one of my notes. Like,
to Dr.
Gasly was
Helmut.
promoted to... Also, well, 2 of my notes. 1, Tell me Helmut Marko is not a fucking supervillain.
Oh, he is.
Tell me that.
Oh my goodness.
Dr. Helmet Bob.
Look at
Marko.
him and tell me he's not a supervillain.
Eating
And then
babies.
2,
Oh, yes.
man, and
With
then
Bernie.
number 2, like Pierre was promoted into a situation that he could not cope with, and nobody was willing to help him.
Nobody.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
problem. It was just like, well, you have to do this, do
You have to
better.
perform now.
And it's just like,
It broke my heart watching. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
man. And I love Alex Albon.
Albon
I
is
think he's a
great.
badass. He's gonna be great.
Yeah, he
But I
did
felt
really well.
so bad.
I can't wait for him to beat Max. Even
Oh,
though
I
he
can't
did
wait
beat
for him to
Max
stick
because
it. Yeah.
Max did what Max does.
Max does Max.
I can't wait for him to legitimately beat Max, and that's going to send him off the...
I believe in the junior categories, he beat him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Along with George Russell, too. He
Yep.
was the badass,
Oh, that's
actually.
Susan
Sorry.
Williams.
Sorry.
I like George Russell.
George Russell, by the way.
We need to get him in a real car.
Yes, he says the Williams is not scary like it was last year, but also not going to be like
Not fast.
everybody's just like, oh yeah, Williams maybe in the midfield. He's like,
But they were up a second from where they were last year, which
yeah,
is
like
huge.
they'll be at least scrapping with the midfield.
Yeah.
which is better than what they were doing last year.
Scrapping
Yeah.
for last and second to last.
Swapping places.
A child fighting a one-handed man for last place.
What they were doing last year is they were scrapping with the 107% rule.
Oh, they were right on the edge.
Man.
Right. Is that still a rule, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Williams
with
versus the 107%.
But with only 20 cars, there's no way they would ever enforce that. no.
Gotcha.
Williams versus the 107% rule. Williams versus Patty Lowe.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
God.
my goodness.
Yeah, that's once you get to that one, guys, that's gonna be a fun one.
I'm excited.
Anyway, time to land this thing, guys. Thank you for joining us. Got social medias you guys want to promote where people can follow you, follow your cheeky shenanigans, or should we just say find you out on these streets?
Just Pumpkyn everything.
Okay.
I don't really... nah.
Well, we don't care about you.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's right.
You're technically a guest because you don't show up that
Who the
often.
fuck are you?
Hey, I've committed to coming every F1 race.
There
so
we
I
go.
will be here.
All right, so you can find me, James Burke Racing. Just type that in. You can follow me on Instagram,
I'm doing that right
Facebook,
There you go.
everywhere
Waiting on
else.
this shit.
And if anybody out there is looking for a house, I'm actually doing my real estate license next week, and everybody
Ooh,
wants a
yes.
house.
There we go.
Get me.
Buy it.
Yep.
We got you, man.
Hook him.
There we go. James
Love it.
Burke, a man of many talents.
You gotta do everything, man.
Yep. Anyway, Zach, we got to do these cards one last time.
I gotta follow him first.
You
He's live
Do
right
it
now.
after the
You
show.
can-
Oh my
do-
god, he's live right now.
Yeah, he is.
See,
Is that you?
You're making it awkward right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
you are
real
live.
weird. Yeah, you're making it.
It just ended.
Oh.
Did you end me? You ended me.
He can't end you.
Zach, before we make this truly awkward, let's just do the cards. So, Patreon first. Patreon.com/CamAutomag. That's where you go to support us. $5 a month is the best price to do it because it gets you the most bang for your buck.
Did I report you an accident?
Bonus content, weekly live stream of the podcast, all sorts of fun stuff, occasional random gifts for any patron. So just throwing that out there. Anyway, CamAutoswag.com is where you go to get your Cam Automag merch. Steady Broke Clothing, longtime sponsor, steadybroke.com. Use coupon code CamAuto15 at checkout. Save 15% on your entire order. We are at Cam Automag on all of the social medias, and this podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play. Like, rate, review, subscribe. Lock your friends in the back of a box truck with a Bluetooth speaker. Make them listen to all 254 episodes. See what happens.
Yeah.
You know, who knows?
War crime.
It'll be a hell of a social experiment.
You'll also be the smartest person in the world.
There you go.
All the knowledge.
Yep.
There we go. All right, I got nothing coming up, so thank God. End of the month's going to be rough, though.
Hey-o.
First NASA weekend.
Yes.
And then the weekend after the first drift event.
Please come out and say hi. I'm running a Mustang what is it? ST3, ST4, ST4,
Yeah, ST4, yeah.
ST4, and we're actually racing the cancer. It's going to be like a team fight cancer car. So
Nice.
come on out.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Come out and support it.
Yeah.
Anyway, for episode 254 of the Camcast,
Best one yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been Mike.
I've been Zach.
Brandon.
Uncle Touchy.
Perfect. Mike.
Bear fucker.
Oh.
Sweet Jesus.
And James Burke.
Yes.
There we
Let's
go.
fucking end this
Way to
shit.
end with the professionalism.
Yes,
God.
all right. Do the thing.
Oh,
Do the
God.
thing.
Bow, beep, beep, ba, bum, bum.
You had the button.